All right, welcome to another edition of the BS Sessions. We got Jerry. Jerry,
What's
introduce
going
our
on?
guest real quick.
Man, we got an action-packed cast tonight, man. We got usual the Center Square and Charles Trainer. Then we got from the Black Spinner podcast show. I'm been on a lot of shows with him and having a great time. Andy Rodriguez, and we got from the Be Cooler Be Podcast Out podcast and Al Horta, man. The first time on our show, man. Al, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Hey, man, thank you for having me.
He's the elusive guest I've been trying to get for months.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay, man.
It's always like something comes up with
you have family stuff, man. You got to do it. Family's more important than a stupid podcast. But before we get started, man, we lost today's the anniversary of Eddie Van Halen's death 2 years ago. And I think Tom Petty, what is that, 3 years ago or 4? Something like that.
I think Tom Petty's already 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah. So let's give a moment of silence for those two awesome people, because I think we all love Tom Petty and everybody loves Eddie Van Halen. But Tom Petty's kind of, I know some people don't like him as much. Oh, cool, man. I have the magazine somewhere. Now you make me want to find it. No, that's my Led Zeppelin. Okay, I put it away. I have it with the Van Halen thing. It's fucking cool. But let's give a 1 second moment of silence for the great Eddie Van Halen and Tom Petty. All right, man, that was our moment of silence. We got a jam-packed show tonight with a lot of BS, but let me tell you what the show's about today. We're doing our K-Tel. If you remember K-Tel back in the day, you go to Kmart, you see it on TV, you see it everywhere. It's like they're always doing kind of like what was that, the new shit they were doing a few years ago? What is music or something? What
now
this is music.
Yeah. Now that's what I call music.
Now this is what I call music. Yeah.
This is what I call music.
Now this is what I call country, and now this is what I call pop. It was a cash grab.
Yeah, but nobody buys those anymore. Nobody buys
the
compilation.
The first couple ones weren't bad, but they got like too I don't know, too poppy.
Yeah, we're doing the old school one, K-Tel. I think they're still around because they do have a Twitter page. Because I stole their Twitter little thing from them. But we're gonna do our ultimate album, and these guys couldn't pick 15 songs, so it's going to be a bonus 5-song EP at the end of this, man. It's like, I was like, guys, I already had my 15 and I was happy with it. And then he made me pick 5 more songs today. I go, damn it. I'm at work and I go writing more notes and I'm like, damn it. But I want to say hi to
20 ain't enough.
Yeah, we got 20, man.
Album, easily.
Yeah, there could have been like 30. If you think about it, man. But we would have to do the same artist at least.
I actually have 10 more if you want to do it. I'm just kidding.
Of course you do, man.
a double K-Tel album.
Double K. There was double K-Tel albums. I looked it up. They had double albums. They had 20 song albums.
I know I have a
vinyl.
I have a few in my collection. Not double, but I have a few K-Tel albums in my collection.
I had the Monster Ballads. I think that's the only one I have left.
I just remember going to Kmart and seeing those, man, and picking those up because I could get a lot of songs. But now these compilation albums are kind of obsolete because of digital. You could just go buy one song at a time now, And I had this killer Columbia House collection. I still have it on CD of Southern rock. That was awesome. I got into a lot of different Southern rock bands, like Green something High River, whatever. I didn't even know that
Green Grass and High Tide.
Yeah, that song was awesome. I need to listen to more of that band because I played that song on thatmetalstation.com.
The Outlaws.
Fucking rules. I heard it first on Jim Ladd, but it was on there. But
it's a pretty long song.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty long song too, I think.
Dude, I play long songs, dude. Play Rush. Play some Dream Theater, man. I play like 8. I played a 20-minute Rush. I played 2112.
I went for Dazed and Confused. I went for Dazed and Confused live, man.
Dude, you didn't hear?
That's like a half hour.
I played How Many More Times by Zeppelin live. It was 11 minutes.
That took up the whole album side.
It did.
Yeah. I played How Many More Times. It was 11 minutes on the re-release of the Zeppelin, the live track they put on there. And then one guy was bitching about it. Why can't Robert Plant shut the fuck up and let the band play? I go, what the fuck are you talking about?
I remember you played, I think it was last month you played Cyprus, and somebody was complaining, how much longer is it? You put only 18 more minutes.
I played Cygnus X1, yeah.
Yeah, Cygnus X1.
I always throw in a fucking deep track because it lets me go pee. It's like Jim Ladd
Bathroom
said.
break song.
Jim Ladd, great radio DJ who's now on Sirius XM on Deep Tracks.
Yeah.
He did a story where he said that he played a long playing record so he could go out and smoke a J outside, and the door locked on him. He couldn't get back in.
Oh, wow.
And he was knocking and knocking, trying to go around the front, and finally somebody let him in just as the song ended.
Wow.
I was going down. That's what I do. I play long songs so I could go take a piss. But yeah, you're old. We're over 50, man. You got to take a piss, man. You can't.
True,
do that
man.
shit anymore.
Yeah.
But man, let's get to the bullshit. So I was reading that. I listened to Eddie Trunk a few weeks back before this came out, and Neil Sean said he was getting back together with Steve Perry because on the copyright stuff, and he was talking to him more. And then a few weeks later, Steve Perry sued his ass because he was trademarking songs.
I don't know what's up with that. Neil always said he wanted Steve to come on and play a couple songs whenever he could. I don't know what the deal is there.
No, but
I know that Steve Smith and Ross Valerie failed in that attempt. I don't think Steve Perry has a chance of winning that one.
No, but Neil found out that Don't Stop Believing and all these songs weren't trademarked, so they could use it on merch and stuff. Steve Perry's part of that. So Steve Perry does get money from this stuff. He's part of it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Still.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Steve sued them, and Neil's going, what the fuck? He said, you're getting part of this. I found out that nobody trademarked this stuff, that people dropped the ball on this years ago. So I went in and trademarked. Me and my wife found out about this, and we trademarked the stuff. And me and Steve Perry have been talking about it. And then I hear about the lawsuit. What do you think about that, Al?
Hey, man, if he found out and nobody else trademarked it, I mean, fuck it, dude. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's part of the corporation, though. It's not...
I mean, Neil Sean kind of pretty much, him and Jonathan Cain are pretty much the owners of the Journey name, I think, right? I mean, I know Steve Perry has a stake in it. He gets money, obviously. Steve Perry has an awesome deal. I mean, I heard he sits pretty. Like, he gets fucking paid, man. Yeah. And he don't have to do shit, dude. That's why he doesn't. That's probably why he doesn't even bother going on touring or whatever. Like solo. He doesn't need to. So, but I mean, I don't know, man. Lawyers fucking. They figure that bullshit out, dude. I don't know that side. I don't know that side of the business really. So, I guess Steve just feels like he should have a part of that.
Well, he does. He's part of the corporation.
He's
an equal member.
And Arnell said he'd gladly bow out. Let Steve back in the band.
Well, this has nothing to do with the touring stuff. This is about.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
It's the trademark stuff.
Yeah, but if Steve Perry ever wanted to come back in the band, it wouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean?
Well, do you want him in there? I heard his last solo album, which I like, but his voice is not there anymore. He's better than Dave Lee Roth.
It would still draw. It's Steve Perry.
Yeah.
People would still fucking flock to that, man.
I would.
I think they'd have to drop, down a key or two to, suit his voice. And they couldn't do the long, grueling tours they do now. I mean, I'm sure it even takes a toll on Arnell. He's much younger than everybody else. I mean, I think that's the reason why Steve O'Jerry got booted, because they fried his voice from constant touring and shit. I mean, they're pushing it, man. One day Arnell's probably gonna break and they're gonna replace him.
Right.
Yeah. The new album is fucking amazing,
dude. Being a singer in that band is probably the hardest job out of anybody, man.
I agree with you on that. So, what do you think about that, Andy?
Well, like, and I really don't pay attention that much about the business side of it. I'm more of the output of the music and stuff like that. So, when it comes to copyright and who owns what, we all know that Neil Sean is the head of the whole Journey Corporation, and
He manages Journey, I think so.
Yeah, he's the manager now.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, wow! He should be. It's his creation. He's the one that's been there for everything. So I think everything should go through him. Actually, because Steve Perry gets a good deal with merchandising and this and that. But when it comes to say so of everyday business for the band, I don't think Steve Perry should have a say in it.
Well, it's his songs that they're trademarking. They're trademarking "Don't Stop Believing" for merchandise.
The names, right?
Yeah,
Right.
the names of the songs, so they could put it on
Okay.
shirts, T-shirts, and whatever.
Okay, and Steve Perry wants a piece of that.
Well, he is getting a piece of it. That's what.
That's
Neil
what I don't
Sean-
understand.
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's why I don't
Why are they
understand
talking
why he's
about
suing him.
Yeah,
So if
He
he's
wants
getting,
more.
but what? I
it
thought
makes
more-
no sense to me.
Yeah,
Perfectly good sense to me, but
What do you think about it, Charles?
I mean, I'm saying it makes perfectly good sense. I don't know if it's right, but it makes perfectly good sense. He probably wants a bigger piece of the pie. And I don't know enough about their song library, but you see how many bands today are selling them off. I don't know if they've sold those rights off. Like
Yeah.
you have
No.
Sean and Kane both
already
did.
have.
Oh, they did.
Well, then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, he feels he's not getting a big enough piece of the pie. I mean, in the end of the day, most people, I think, fair weather fans will always probably put his voice to the music over everything else, and that might be what gets to inside his head. Who knows? I don't
They
know.
didn't become big till he came in the band. They were like, nobody knew who they were.
Oh, yeah.
These legal matters always have to play themselves out, and then you find out in the end. It's really hard to say exactly who's right, who's wrong.
I gotta
Whatever.
say though, man, I love those early Journey albums before Steve Perry. I think they're great.
I need to listen
Oh, I
to
love
it
them.
because
Man.
as a kid, I looked at him and go, Steve Perry on this. I don't want to buy, because what happened? I bought the first REO Speedwagon album, and then Riding the Storm out. Kevin Cronin wasn't on there, and it disappointed me. So I never tried the Journey one because I go, well, this is the same shit as REO Speedwagon.
Oh, dude, I love Greg Raleigh's voice, man.
Boy, I love Greg Wally.
Yeah,
If
Greg
he's-
Raleigh. Rock.
I have them. I need to start listening to him, do a deep dive in it. And I know Lee would do a review on it with me because he loves those better. He hates freaking Escape.
Yeah, but I got
I
close.
even love I even love the early Journey, like when Steve Perry came in and him and Raleigh used to trade off vocals.
That
and
was
songs.
awesome.
That was awesome. I used to love that too, man.
Just
like,
the same way, man. Just the same.
Anytime,
Yeah.
feeling that way, anytime. Yeah,
Yeah,
So
great songs.
I love that. Didn't he do didn't Neil Sean do Journey Through Time, where he bought
I would have loved
when
to
he
have seen
brought
that.
freaking Greg Raleigh back?
Yeah,
I
Oh, wow.
would have
Yeah.
loved to have seen that.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah. And then we get into falling into reverse, can't play without a laptop. Sebastian Bach calls them out. What do you think of that, Al?
I don't even know that band, but for him to come on, I mean, I it's funny. Michael Brandvold, I don't know if you guys know him or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
Okay, so he made I guess he made a comment about that or something. I kind of chimed in, and the only thing I said was and he agreed with me actually was that sometimes these fucking guys, man, they say shit like this just as a PR move, just to get people talking about their band. Dude, he did it. Mission accomplished. People are talking about him. That's the bottom line, dude. People say this stupid bullshit. I mean, why the fuck would you admit that your laptop's got stolen and you can't play? I mean, that's just so idiotic, bro. I mean,
Or a live rock band.
yeah, it's just, and then him and Sebastian back and forth. I mean, I didn't really dive deep into it, but I mean, it's so stupid, dude. I don't know, man. I have nothing to say about it. I think it's just corny, and I don't even know anything about that band, and now I don't even want to know anything about them because they're just the stupid shit that you said. So, whatever.
I think if you need a laptop to play a show, you're not a real band. That's all I gotta say, man. Get up there with 4 guitars, get up there with like a guitar, bass, a singer, and a drummer, man. That's all you need. You don't need a fucking laptop. Fucking get up there and play raw.
It's like Paul Stanley said when Kiss took off their makeup, people were asking, well, how are you going to play? It's like, well, hopefully the same way we played before.
Well, they need their laptop.
Kids need their laptops now. They can't do it.
The thing with Kiss though is they're such hypocrites because they were rallying against bands doing that, and now they're doing it themselves. So they're just a bunch of, they just keep putting their foot in their mouth, with that shit. So,
Yeah, I agree, man. But what do you think about it, Andy?
Well, I don't know anything about the band. I start to see their names coming up, and Sebastian Bach and this and that, and the laptop, and so it wasn't really. I know that this was a BS session topic, but I really didn't pay that much attention to it. I just, it's just a story that I think is going to go away, and the band's going to go away, or whatever. So I wasn't really that concerned about it.
What do you think about it, Charles?
Just like I wrote on the comment board when you posted, who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who?
I didn't even know who this band was. Like Al said, it's a great marketing ploy there.
Right.
Now we're talking about them, but am I going to go listen to them? No.
But also for Sebastian, he gets his name back in the news a little bit, so it's gonna work out for him.
He likes
good at that.
He likes to poke the bear.
Yeah.
Every month or two, he'll stick his nose in there.
Dude, seriously, Sebastian, I love him and all, but I remember 2 years ago during the elections, I had to unfollow him on Twitter. He was just dude, I couldn't even take him anymore, bro, with the political shit.
Yeah.
And I just had to, I'm like, dude, I can't follow you right now, bro. Maybe after the elections, I'll start following you again. But right now, dude, you're just being a total dick.
It's like what
I don't care what side you're on. What side of the fence you're on. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, you can have your political positions, and that's cool, dude. I don't care. But dude, when you're just constantly like barking and barking,
absolutely,
dude, it's just like it's tiresome, dude. And it's like I can't, dude. You're a musician, bro. Play your fucking music. Go and do your shows, dude. Just shut the fuck up.
It's like that guy Richard Patrick from Filter. I love Filter. A lot of people don't like Filter, but if you go to Filter's Facebook page, it's all fucking politics. Oh,
he's one of them too.
Yeah, I go to Rage.
Like I like Filter too.
Okay, I go to Rage Against.
Really follow them.
I go to Rage Against the Machines page, and they're very political.
Well, that's a different story.
But the thing is, what are they talking about? They're not talking about politics. They're talking about we're playing here, we're doing this. They post their videos. I go to Filter's page, it's all fucking fuck this. Yeah. And I even made a comment. He said, hey, Richard, I love your music, man. But when I want to come to your page and know what you're doing, where you're playing, what if you're making a new album or you're making a new song? I don't want to hear fuck this politician, fuck that politician. I want to know about what you're doing in music. You could do that on your personal page, but your Filter page should be all about fucking music. Even Rage Against the Machine is all about their fucking music.
I find that hard to believe. I have to check out their website.
It is. You need to check their page out because it's all about
those guys were like, they started it almost.
Yeah, but they don't bitch about politics on their page.
Yeah, they put in their music.
They put it in their music.
There you go. Good point. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think about the falling into reverse shit, Jerry?
I give 2 fucking shits. Next.
I agree with that also. So then we get to, what is it? Willow Smith said, old white man being a gatekeeper of metal and rock, not wanting younger kids liking it. What do you think of that, Al?
I'm not into that gatekeeper thing, man. I mean, it's if younger people, I mean, maybe it's because I have a daughter and she's younger and she's getting into like these older bands. She loves Queen. She's really getting into like, I mean, like they're not that new, but like she loves the Gorillaz. She's getting into like, Zeppelin and things like that. So I'm like happy about it. So I don't know, man. I guess I'm biased because she's my daughter, but I mean, for the younger people getting into this stuff, hey, listen, man, when I was a kid, I got into like the fucking Doors and, Stones and the people probably like, that came up with them were probably looking at me like, what the fuck you like, I mean, nobody ever said that to me. They're probably happy that I was getting into it. I'm not really into that gatekeeper thing, like that's just my opinion. The more younger people that get into like the great classic stuff, the better, man. And if the TV shows get these kids into it, more power to it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, it's happening a
That's
lot.
my
With,
take
like,
on it.
Stranger Things and all that stuff. They're bringing back the.
Yeah, and there's people bitching
that
about I
old-
was into Metallica
You know what
before
it is?
this, blah blah
It's the
blah.
real, it's the real hardcore fans. Like, it's like, oh, they're my band, man. Like nobody.
Right.
It's like nobody else can. These young kids, man, they don't know. Like I came up with them since their first album and all that. So what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teach them.
Even
them.
Metallica hated that shit. They said, "Hey, we get new fans. That's awesome." It's
Right.
like,
And-
what do you think about that, Andy?
I think that that's what makes music keep going is the younger
Yep.
people. We
Yep.
all got into the Beatles 20 or 30 years after they were around. I mean, it's so dumb. These people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't like them. You don't understand. You don't know." So let them understand it. Let them know. Let them read into it. Let the movie people make biopics like Elton John and Queen and stuff like that, so that younger people can enjoy the music, because the music that's coming out now, the pop music and stuff like that, really isn't good.
Right.
So let them enjoy pop music and pop rock.
And
of
all
the
these pop music
70s.
artists are starting to make rock albums. That should
Right.
tell you something.
Yeah,
right there.
so
What
let
do you-
them. More power to them. I love it.
What do you think about that, Charles?
Oh, I mean, I don't, I'm so anti-gatekeeper, it's not even funny. I mean, I got a 14-year-old as well, and I have to tell the story all the time. I went to a grocery store and they were playing all this cool music, Ozzy, and was in at HEB. Andy knows them real well, and Ozzy and White Snake and all this stuff. And I said to my kid, "Hey, they're playing some cool music." She said, "Well, that's because it's oldies now, Dad." I said, so we went
Right.
home and deep dove on Tesla and stuff like that. I'm going to teach you what oldies is. Don't ever say that again. I don't gatekeep on that. And I almost think it sounds almost more like clickbait, because it's not true. I haven't met anybody my age. It's like, do not listen to this. I haven't. I
Yeah.
get off on it. I think it's cool.
Right.
Yeah, I love it.
Into it. I'm not even the type that would yell at somebody because they got a band shirt on and have never heard the music. Hey, whatever.
I think it's funny
Why,
when they
one
don't
way or
know the
the
music
other?
and they wear the shirt. I just
Yeah.
laugh at it.
I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, there are, hey, the harder you go into the metalhead world, there is some gatekeeping. There is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's against everybody. That has nothing to do with age. They try to keep everybody out as far as I
Yeah.
can see.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different
Yeah.
story. Yeah,
It's a whole different culture, like.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
What do you
anyway,
think?
I'm not for it. And I believe in anybody we should be teaching the younger about art. It's the only way to keep it alive.
That's the only way these bands are gonna stay alive, like their
Yeah.
name out there and the music. It's you know what, in the internet age, I mean, that's why, when I remember when I was in high school and middle school, whatever, you always had your factions of people that listen to different. You had your metalheads, you had your hip hop kids, you had your alternative kids, that listen to, back then it wasn't called alternative, it was called modern rock or whatever, or like new wave, stuff like that. You had your your kids that were into pop and all that, stuff. Now it's like, the whole, with the internet, I mean, and the YouTube, kids just get into everything, it's just all mixed and all cross-pollinated now. That's why you have these million different genres, because everything is so, like I said, cross-pollinated. And kids are just so much into different stuff, man. It's like, you know, I love metal, I love, you know, country, I love, you know,
Yeah, I know. It's
hip-hop,
all
jazz.
It's all
you know?
right here. You know, they can get it all
It's
right
all on
here.
your phone.
Little box.
I mean, we never had that back in the day. You had to listen to radio or, you know, watch MTV or, you know, and that's how you got your music. And you went to a record store. Sometimes a cool album cover would strike, you know, catch your eye. Like, wow, I wonder what this sounds like. You buy it just on a whim and get it. And sometimes it would connect, sometimes it wouldn't. But hey, listen, you took the chance. And now it's like, you know, kids can listen to an album, 1 or 2 songs into the album. I don't like it, just erase it, or, you know, or get rid of the stream. It's not even MP3s anymore. Everything's streaming now. So, you know, it's just like whatever.
The physical music is actually selling now.
Well, that's good,
man.
man.
Makes
Yeah,
me happy.
I'm glad. Yeah,
But if they took away streaming, would y'all be all right with that?
Yes.
Sure.
I got so much physical music.
Charles,
I wouldn't mind. The only thing I like about streaming is that when Lee gives me an album for the Freeform Rock podcast, I can listen to it without buying it. So
that is true. I usually I'll stream something
Charles.
first.
Charles is the other side of the world without his music. So yeah.
Actually, it's a big misconception. I mean, I'm not saying none of you guys don't, but I think across the board, there's a huge misconception with streaming where it's, well, I don't like to just listen to songs. If you pay for the service, I have whole albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can listen to whole albums.
That's the way I am.
Some albums Lee has given me, I freaking listen. I saved them.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I like it, I'll stream it first, and if I like it, I'll buy it.
But you guys got to understand, we're of an age that we grew up with the album. You know, kids nowadays, everything is singles now. Everything is just songs. You know, and you got to put yourself in a mindset of a 14 or 15-year-old kid. You know, it's not like, you know, albums don't like mean nothing to them. It's just songs. You know what I mean? So
I see a lot of kids getting into track sequencing lately, though. I'm seeing how they are listening to complete albums, and that's
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jerry, what do you think about the gatekeeping shit?
I agree. I mean, get it exposed as much as you can, man. Like you said, if the Kardashians want to wear an AC/DC shirt, who knows, man? Maybe it'll get somebody to listen to AC/DC. You never know. You know, spread it out, get out as much as you can, man. It's like Andy said, it's the status of today's music, man. It's just there's nothing there. It's heartless, man. It's got no soul. It's got
Kim Kardashian needs to have AC/DC on yoga pants though on her ass. So that way it's like nice and big, and you know.
Well, at least one of them is married to a rocker. At least give him credit.
She's married to the horrible drummer, Travis Barker.
He's not a horrible drummer.
Dude, Travis Barker is a badass drummer. I'm not a big fan.
He's a great drummer in a horrible band.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. He's a good drummer, a horrible band.
But yeah, man, get it out there, man. You know,
but
spread the word, man. Get
this
it out.
Is what I think about.
I'll tell you that much. I'm Mark.
Is there a problem with air supply? I like it.
This is
I know. I got a tax for it.
This is what I think. I remember my friend got a bunch of air supply tapes from Columbia House. I made fun of him.
You never, hold on, Mark. You never, when you were young, had a date. You're making out with her and didn't put on your air supply cassette. Come on, man.
I didn't have a girlfriend until I was 31, so no. So
nothing at all.
God damn, stop.
That might. Hey. If you
just versus Abba to me. But let me get to my gatekeeping shit. This is what I think. Fuck gatekeeping. Share the fucking music. Let these new kids make the new music that we love, like bands like Dirty Honey, Classless Act. You need this new generation to keep the music going.
Ghost, exactly.
Ghost. Who's that?
Mark loves Ghost.
God. Okay. Go Lakers. But gatekeeping, I think it's stupid. I think people should just we need to share the music. I'm always sharing music with people. That's why I have a podcast. That's why I have this show. I want people to listen to it.
I don't know too much about this gatekeeping thing. Is it big? I mean,
is it an issue?
I know nothing about it.
Well, Willow Smith, she said old white men are gatekeeping on her. You know, so and then
Oh,
about the
who's-
Metallica master puppets, they're getting all
Oh.
shit. Well, you shouldn't be listening to
Fucking
this. You're not a
turd.
real Metallica fan, you know, stuff like that.
All right.
I've heard that.
So who's so all right? We know about the gatekeeper. So who's the keymaster?
Rick Moranis.
Moranis.
Ghostbusters reference.
I'm Gozer.
If there really was but the last on that with Metallica, if there really was a gatekeeper, were they also gatekeeping during the Load era? I doubt it.
I like
I
the
really
load
doubt
shit.
it.
God
I
damn.
loved it. I know I love it too, but I'm saying, were they there then? Probably not.
Dude, Metallica. How can you gatekeep Metallica? Metallica's massive as it is, man. It's like no
Right.
such thing. You know what I mean?
I know, man.
Most
They
successful
try to
metal
sell
band
to
ever.
and
Yeah.
everyone, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And then we'll start with you, Al. Ozzy Osbourne says, I'm going out on the fucking road and I'm never coming home again. What do you think about that, Al?
Dude, it's not really a surprise, you know. Like I'm sure Sharon is shoving him out there,
Yeah, exactly.
putting him
Poor Ozzy.
propping him up on stage. You know what I mean? Money needs to be made. You know what I mean? So, hey, listen, man, Ozzy's gonna go till he can't, man. You know, and it's getting to the point where it's almost to that point. But hey, if he can keep doing it, do it, man. You know, I mean, will I go see it? Probably not. You know, unless I was handed free tickets or something. I don't know if I'd pay for Ozzy now. Like I saw him on the last Sabbath tour, and that was great in my opinion, and that's the way I want to remember him. And I don't know, you know, I don't know about now, man. But whatever, man. I never begrudge an artist. You know, people are like, oh, they should hang it up. You know what? You want to keep going? Go. I vote my wallet. I don't have to go, dude. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. If I don't begrudge any artist, dude, it's all they've ever done in their life, dude. Like
Exactly.
that's music. Like,
Yep.
you know, what are they gonna do, man? You know, just go until you drop, man. Whatever. That makes you happy, then. You know, I mean, I think staying home and retiring probably makes you die quicker anyway.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Right on.
What do you think about that, Al? I mean, Andy.
Hit the road so that I can see him more and more and more.
I want to see him too. So go, man. Zach Wild will be with him. I'm all
there you
for
go.
seeing Zach.
Yeah. Just like Al said in the last Black Sabbath tour, This Is the End. Fucking awesome. He was great. And I want to see him play new songs. I want to see more, you know. So, you know, I've seen him solo and I've seen him with Sabbath, and I'll go see him again. I have to pay for it because, like Al, I don't get free shit. So I will.
I know, Al.
So I will pay to see him. He's one of my favorites, and
If
he's a
you all,
legend. And
if you guys lived out here on the East Coast, man, I'd hook you guys up, man.
I know. I said I
Thinking about
told you.
moving there.
I told you in your comment I need to move, but you're moving to Florida. How are you going to get hooked up in Florida?
Well, I'm gonna have to make new contacts down there, I guess.
All right.
I guess so, man.
so
Well, I have to stay in New York, but it goes down there in the winter anyway, so I'll probably know some
That's
people.
true.
But yeah, I will. I'm all for Ozzy touring until he can't go anymore because that's what he wants to do. And like Al said, you know, when people say, "Oh, well, these bands should hang it up," they're old, but that's their life. You know,
Yeah.
that's what they do. That's their job. You know.
I saw Lou Graham. He looked decrepit, but he still sounded great. Like,
Some people just belong out on the road, and maybe he loves it. You know, get away from Sharon.
Sharon's probably there with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has the strings.
I'd take Jack with me and take off. Just go.
No, man, Jack's got that creepy ass doll, man.
Yeah.
Robert the doll, I think it is. It's like supposed to be a haunted doll he carries around.
Really? Does he?
Yeah. You ever watch
boy?
Never watched Jack and Ozzy when they did that road trip thing?
Oh yeah, I love that road trip show.
Yeah,
That was
pretty
pretty
How he
cool.
bought that haunted doll and he took it with him, and Ozzy's like freaking out and says he
Yeah.
fucking want it.
So he carries with it?
Yeah, he still has it.
No shit. It's like that stupid movie, The Boy. Remember that movie?
No.
Yeah, but Lauren Cohen's freaking gorgeous, man.
Yeah, it was like a porcelain doll, and the
Yeah.
family thought that he was real. Or
Right.
or treated him like he was real, so they would hire babysitters for it.
Right.
Yeah, that's creepy.
So what do you
Anyway,
think about,
where are we at?
So what do you think about Ozzy still touring, Charles? Till he
I
dies.
want to see a man propped up with something behind him like he's on a Kiss platform, and that's for you. It does remind me though a little bit. We had another legend we lost this week who I was glad to see. It was in 2009 in concert, Loretta Lynn.
Oh, wow,
Absolute legend of the country genre, and she had to sit most of the show though. And it was still cool if you've never seen them. I mean, sure, go see it. You know, I saw Ozzy with Sabbath and the whole lineup with Bill Ward, and I mean that's good enough for me right there. I'm kind of with Al on that. Like, I'm more to the liking of let Ozzy relax a little bit. It's me, but I don't have to say so. So, but hey, if you've never seen them, check it out. Yeah.
What about
Wouldn't
you,
that conflict with
Jerry?
Pantera though?
Huh?
Isn't that going to conflict with Pantera?
I have no. Oh, that. I don't think they're doing a lot of shows though. I don't think Pantera's doing a lot. They haven't even announced any
I
US
wish they
dates.
would. Now I wish they would.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've watched Pantera. But Jerry, what do you think about Ozzy?
You know, Ozzy can do whatever he wants to do. I mean, if he wants to tour till he drops, more power to him. You know, I love him. I've seen him a few times. Like Al said, if somebody gave me some free tickets, I might go. But you know, if you've never seen him, go see him.
I agree with you.
Because the one thing I regret, we mentioned Tom Petty, man. I always thought I'd have time to see Tom Petty. And you know,
I saw him
never had
7
that
times,
chance.
so I'm good.
So
Love
that's what I
Tom
mean.
Petty.
It's like I know John Cougar doesn't have it anymore, but I'm going to see him on his tour just because I want to see him
Ooh.
before he croaks.
Have you heard his new
You know?
album?
Yeah, it's not that good, but I don't care about that.
Dude,
I
he
just want
sounds
to
like
say I
Tom
see him.
Waits. His
See, Tom
voice
Waits
is
was kind of cool
gone.
though, man.
John
But,
Cougar's voice is, John Mellencamp's voice is gone.
I've seen Mellencamp once, and one time I saw him, man, he was great. He was just great.
I would want to see him if he sang better than he did on his new album.
Well, if he cuts down to 4 packs a day, maybe his voice.
Oh
will
yeah,
come
his
back.
smoking, man. Smoking kills your
the
voice.
the smoking's killing him at this point, man. Like the voice and all that. I mean, he's at an age where like he shouldn't be smoking anymore, dude.
I know.
You know?
He does the Marlboro Reds and shit.
That's like the harsh. That's like Winston. I think is the harshest when I used to smoke. But Marlboro Reds, man. Oh,
God,
it's
man.
like sucking out of a fucking tailpipe, man.
Well, since we talked about Ozzy, we should talk about Ozzy launching his own line of beauty products. A 21-piece collection includes lipsticks, makeup, gothic mirror, and more. What do you think about that, Al?
That's actually the first time I'm hearing about this. So I mean, hey, listen, it's just another line of merchandising, another line of making money. That's just the way it is nowadays, dude. That's all I got on that one, man.
Everybody's copying Kiss now. What do you think about that, Andy?
I hate it. I just hate the Prince of Darkness selling Revlon and shit. So
Yeah,
I don't like it at all.
I got no opinion on it really. I mean, but Andy, I kind of agree. Now that Andy's like saying that, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You know, it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, maybe I'd buy the gothic mirror though. That might be cool.
And not just that it's ugly, it's like a 78-year-old man hawking makeup. It's stupid.
But he's 73,
You know that's
isn't he?
you know.
Oh, I'm
you know
sorry.
damn well it's a
That's
shit right there.
okay. 73-year-old man hawking makeup. No way.
What about you, Charles? What do you think about that?
I've already seen a few of them metal chick soccer moms on Facebook saying they're got their orders in, so it must work. I think it's genius.
It's like
So
it's like Chris Sinzak when he posted that. He goes, maybe it's Mabley, maybe it's Ozzy. And I go, dude, you stole my joke. Damn. What do you think about it, Jerry?
Man.
I think there's like maybe probably multiple hundreds of other stuff from Ozzy I'd rather get than that. So big pass for me, you know. But like you said, the Gothic Mirror looks kind of cool though.
Yeah, the Gothic Mirror looks cool. I'd probably buy that. But
yeah, you know,
yeah,
I bought the Kiss makeup when I was a kid. So
of course you did.
Yeah.
I had the Kiss cologne and it really didn't smell too good.
No, it smelled like shit. Actually, I remember.
Yeah.
I had a Star Wars cologne.
There was a
That thing
Kiss
was
cologne?
horrible. The dark
Yeah, there was
cologne.
Kiss cologne.
Dude, they had to kiss everything, man.
Oh, what was the name? Do y'all remember?
Kiss.
Oh, just Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Had the four
The logos of their faces on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it smelled really bad.
I don't
Yeah,
really
that's
care. I just thought it was funny, but I had an idea, man. I said we should. I was talking about Freeform. We should make our own whiskey and vodka so we could drink for free, make our own line of booze. And then I thought of you, Jerry. We should make our own booze line for Mark and Jerry, and we could have our own version of White Claw for you, so you could drink that all you want.
Fuck you, and fuck you twice for that comment.
You should have never shown me that you had empty White Claw.
I'm able to admit my shortcomings, man.
And don't forget your snorting straws.
Snorting straws.
They put a little straw, like a plastic straw, on the side of the bottle.
I think Chris and Aaron actually want me to do that at Rocket Pod. Set up a table and I'm snorting whiskey. They've said that on our podcast several times.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I actually looked that up, and I thought it'd be super dangerous for you, but apparently it's not as dangerous as I thought it was. So
Eddie Conestracci looked it up before he told me to do the trilogy of it, and he said, "You can't die." I said, "I know, Eddie. I looked it up before I did it the first time."
I mean, I'm not like a biologist. I'm not a biologist or anything, but isn't that like nothing there between that and the brain kind of?
All it does is give you get drunk quicker off of it. And I read that kids have been doing it lately. And it could make you an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic, so I'm good.
The bottom line is Mark is still the same lunatic he always is.
Yeah, right?
Nothing's changed.
Hey man, it gets me free press on other people's podcasts.
That
I did
is
my
true.
job. I did my job. Have you heard the new Decibel
Like I always
Geek?
say, mission accomplished.
Have you heard the new Decibel Geek? They were talking about freaking what's his name? What's the guy's? They said Mark Alden Taylor. I go, yeah.
Yep.
I heard them talk about you, dude. There you go.
Mission accomplished, man. And then
accomplished.
And then our last bullshit story is LA Guns. I know this has been going on for a while with Steve Riley they settled out of court where he could still use it, but he has to call it like Great White was Jack Russell's Great White.
Yes.
He's got to call it Riley's Great White, but he's using the same fucking logo and the same Hollywood, the fucking thing. I think well, go ahead, Al, you tell us what you think of that.
I thought maybe he still own, does he still own like a part of,
well, they went to court and they had a settlement where that
so he can use it, but he got to use. All right, so he has to use Riley's LA Guns.
Right? Yeah.
I guess he feels like it still used the logo. I don't know. Like again, this is a whole business side of this stuff that I don't really know. But I mean, if he has a stake in the name, then I guess it's okay for him to use it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could put like a little variation on it or something. As far as like these bands that are all fractured, you had your two versions of Rat. You had Blotzer's Rat and whatever. You had Piercy's Rat. You have Great White. You have all these bands that are separating the factions. I mean, when they're together now, it's like they have a hard time selling out a club. It's like, why? True. I can imagine these factions have a hard time selling out a living room, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's
Jack Russell's Great White actually does pretty good.
Yeah, I saw Jack Russell's Great White a couple of years ago. It was the Hair Nation tour.
Yeah, I saw that too. They were really good.
Yeah, Bullet Boys and Enough's Enough.
Yeah,
and it was the first time I ever saw Great White. I never seen him back in the day, and I thought Jack Russell sounded great. And he's got Tony Montana's in the band.
Yeah, and he's not playing bass, he's playing lead and the keyboards. He sounds really good.
Yeah. So we have somebody in there from the original incarnation of the band as well. So I think it makes it a little more legitimate. But he's the voice of Great White, so I tend to go to the voice part of the faction. Like LA Guns, honestly, like I gotta be completely honest with you, I've never seen LA Guns ever. But if I was to see them, I'd go see the Tracy Guns and Phil Lewis version. Obviously, I wouldn't even bother with the Steve Riley version. No. I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever, man. Steve Riley has no other way to like. I mean, for him to start a new band, it's not going to go anywhere probably. So that's the only thing that he can bank on.
I think Kelly Nichols is with him too. I think.
Yeah, I think Kelly Nichols.
So he probably has another guy. Okay.
So, but you know, bass player and drummer. I mean, I'd rather see the singer and guitar player. Too,
I'm just gonna say that
singer and guitar player is the sound of the band. You know, I mean, let's just face. You know what I mean? So,
well, when Tracy left the
that.
band and Phil came back with Riley, they made some good albums with Phil and Riley, like Hollywood Forever. Tales from the Strip is a really good album. It's like an autobiography album about their rise in a Sunset Strip. It's Hollywood Forever. They even do a song where they're speaking Spanish. It's a fucking cool album. But without Phil, I don't like LA Guns. I want Phil because he's the main songwriter, him and Tracy. Yeah. So Tracy, Guns, and Phil got back together. They made 3 fucking ball-busting albums, man. I just saw them, and they're fucking great. Tracy actually comes up on stage before they go on. He's doing Diary of a Madman, playing the Randy Rhoads parts, Diary of a Madman.
He's the one that narrated that Randy Rhoads documentary, that recent one that came out.
Yeah, it's like he does that to warm up the crowd. It's amazing. And I put up some videos on Freeform Rock Podcast of LA Guns playing. Fucking great. The last 3 albums are just amazing. But what do you think about that, Andy?
I'm not an LA Guns fan at all, so I don't know about all these people y'all are talking about.
You should listen to
I really don't.
You don't like the Ballad of Jane or Never Enough?
Oh, well, yeah. Of course, I know the hit songs, but enough to give my opinion about the business side of it and logos and all these singers, because LA Guns have had so many people come in and out and so many parts.
Yeah, but I like Jizzy Pearl, but when he was the singer of LA Guns, I didn't like it. I like him in Love Hate. It wasn't that good to me. So Phil Lewis, if it's LA Guns, Phil needs to be in the band for me. Tracy could be out because they had good guitarists that took over for him. But when Phil and Tracy get together, it's fire. The last 3 albums is just amazing.
So who was the original lead singer of LA Guns?
Axl, wasn't it?
No, there's a guy.
No, he was in Hollywood Rose, right? He's in Hollywood Rose.
Right, okay, different band. You're right. You're right. Okay.
Oh, he was in LA Guns.
Yeah, I thought he was too. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Well, I thought they were in Hollywood Rose. He had Hollywood Rose.
In Hollywood Rose too.
Yeah, because they got together.
There, Mark.
I'm getting to you, Charles. Calm down. Chill, baby. Chill. What do you think about it, Charles?
Not really. I'm not an LA Gun. How can you be an LA Guns expert? They've had like 97 different members. Phil Lewis and Tracy Guns actually started this whole mess with the Phil Lewis LA Guns, and Tracy Guns can't even use LA Guns deal. I do know Tracy Guns regrets leaving Guns N' Roses. That much I know. Because he'd be in stadiums right now. Would he not? Mark, of course he would be. He chose poorly, but Steve Riley, I mean, I hear you. Why should he be using LA Guns? It was a legal settlement. He stole my thunder, Mark. I was going to be like, that's why he's able to use it. But there was some agreement before that I understand. And then basically when your favorite Phil left to go back with Tracy, he got left high and dry. And I think he was just probably upset that, as you said, if Steve Riley starts a new band, is he going to play anything besides dive bars? More than likely not.
You should go back to Wasp.
More than likely not. I mean, but that is one of the most convoluted band stories in the history of the business. And yes, Axl was in Hollywood Rose, but he was also in LA Guns, and they were like mixing and matching.
That's how they got the name. They said, "Hey, we're Guns and Roses."
That's why it was Guns and Roses. Yeah. And wow, I mean, but I actually do enjoy LA Guns. I like them a lot, and I wish they, but I don't like those offshoot bands things. It goes back like Pink Floyd when Gilmore did it without Roger Waters.
Oh, I like those albums though.
Oh, come on. That's not Pink Floyd.
I love momentary.
Absolutely, it is Pink Floyd.
It is
Not
Pink
to me.
Floyd.
Not without Roger Waters. And
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, I mean, there's no denying all four of them together are the best, but man, they didn't. David Gilmour didn't, miss
that's
a
why
beat. in my
Gilmore
opinion.
dropped it eventually, though, because he knew it didn't have the same thing. I just don't. Jack Russell's Great White, Plotzer's Rat, and all this stuff, but they have to
Jack
use these-
Russell's Great White. Have you heard Great White without Jack Russell?
I'm
It's
not
Ellie-
knocking
Harry
Jack
Illinois
Russell's Great
and-
White.
We're comparing Jack Russell and
God
LA
dang.
Guns. To
Have
Pink
you heard?
Floyd.
And now they got Andrew
Yeah.
Freeman, and then they had this fucking that dude who thinks he was in Van Halen for a second. But
that dude
Mitch
goes
Malloy.
to shows and signs that he was a member of Van Halen.
Van
I mean,
Halen,
I can
but
remember his name.
I'm just saying, dude, Jack Russell is Great White. And
I
dude,
agree.
they had a replacement singer for Great White in Vegas, a 25-year-old who's in another band. He sounded like Jack Russell. And we're thinking that Andrew Freeman's going to get kicked to the curb, just staying last in line, because that guy sounded like Great White.
I agree. And it's just like with the Journey thing earlier. I mean, most people identify the music with the singer. I mean, I may not all the time, but a lot of people do, especially fair weather fans. But obviously we wish all these bands would work out and get back together and drop all this.
Yep.
This
we do.
guy's Rat and this guy's whatever,
Well,
I mean,
the
I
rat
don't
thing has
care
been
for that.
settled, except Steven won't do it unless frickin' Warren comes back and he gets the other 4 original members back. But
Yeah.
I said this on a different show, but I remember, us as fans, like Charles was just saying, us as fans, we always want to see the original or the classic lineup together. But on the other side of the coin, man, we're not in the band. We don't know the inner workings of dude, half the time, man, these fucking guys don't even like each other, dude. They hate each other. And it's like a marriage, a 4-way, 5-way marriage, dude. It just, after a while, it just crumbles, man. And it is what it is, man. I mean, we want to see it together, but when you're in that band, dude, you really want to work with this guy? You really want to work with that guy? It's like, it's a whole different dynamic, man. I've been in bands, so I know kind of like how it is. One guy kind of resents another, and you're taking up a little more of the spotlight, and it's like, dude, relax, man. You know what I mean? I'm only the rhythm guitar player, dude.
I mean, there's some people there's some bands that can do it and hate each other, like Aerosmith. Those two can't stand each other. I don't know if Mick and Keith, I don't think they like each other either, but they managed to do their thing. And
yeah, but they know where the money is. They
Right.
know where the money is made. You know what I mean?
They've already tried to do it on themselves, and it was just not the right. Just didn't bring in the money that they're used to.
Yeah.
do you have any thoughts on LA Guns, Jerry?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you
About
think
able to talk about
Riley's?
the legal thing? Steve Riley wants to do it. More power to him. If you want to see that version, go see it. If you want to see the good version, go see it.
Vote
All
for your wallet. That's it.
All right. That's the
All I know is, let me say one more thing. I'm sorry. I watched Steve Riley's version on YouTube, man. They sounded like shit. So they sounded bad. So
I guess the question is, do you want to spend $15 or $30?
spend $30.
I guess I won't be bringing an LA Guns album to you next week, Andy, for review.
Hey, you could do the first album, the second album, the third album. Fucking great
I have
album.
a couple in mind.
Or
for
the
that
last
show.
3 are freaking really good. But before we get to, we're going to do our K-Tail album right now. That was the end of the bullshit. I got to go take a piss. So I'm gonna pause
Intermission.
this. Be right back.
Let's go.
All right, man. So we're going to do our K-Tail, 15-song ultimate album plus a 5-song EP because these guys couldn't pick 15 songs. Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Ooh. Like
Al?
Horseshack.
Yes.
Mr. Kata.
So the 15 song album, are we doing we're going 15-1, like a ranked thing, or it's just like?
Well, we're doing like side 1 and then a side 2.
Oh,
And then an
okay.
EP. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I got
Gotcha.
mine divided because Andy said, let's do it like a regular album when we started doing this. So I said, yeah, that's cool. Side 1, side 2. So like a vinyl album or a cassette, or in this, we're in a CD age, but we're all old school. We like the side 1. We like the side
20
2.
per side,
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Okay. Well, I did 7 and 8,
I did
and then I did
7.
a 5-song
Side 1.
EP.
Yeah, I did up to 7 on side 1. So.
Yeah, side 1 was 7, and then side 2 was 8, and then the 5-song
Yeah, like
EP.
I numbered it 1 to 20, and I just
That's what I did.
Thing, but I'll
I'm
just
just going down
go
my list.
1. I'll just go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, whatever. It's a side 1.
Okay.
Whatever. So
Well, maybe
Okay.
you guys could stop at 8 for side 1 or 7 on side 1.
I'll say
Not
7.
that-
I just
Right.
7 and an 8, I guess.
Okay. All right, let's start with you. What's
Hey,
your
Mark, how about we just do a CD, 1 through 20?
split it up? Well, we
All
could
right.
do that too. But K-Tel didn't have CDs.
Yeah, he
Yeah, they
did.
were
Monster
albums
Ballads
with vinyl.
was K-Tel.
Oh, it was? I just remember.
Wasn't
that.
it? Wasn't Monster Ballads K-Tel?
I have
I
no
don't
idea.
think
I don't
so.
think so.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right. Well, let's start with side 1, track 1. What do you have, Al?
Well, you guys know me. I'm a Rush fan, so I'm going Rush Tom Sawyer to kick off the album. I think that's a great kickoff to an album, to even a compilation album with the
Right.
drums and the synth and all that. So yeah, Rush Tom Sawyer is going to be my number 1, man. First track on the K-Tel heavy hits. You know what I mean? Whatever
Heavy
the fuck it's called.
Freaking 81, man. So what do you got, Andy?
I would call mine K-Tel riding in the car with mom. Because that's what 1981 remind me of, going to school, being driven by my mom and going to go run errands with her on the weekends. And, she would have the radio on. So all these are going to be hits from that time. I'm going to start off my side 1. I always start off with a banger, Jesse's Girl by Rick
That's a
Springfield.
good one. I think he's
Yeah.
he's such an underrated artist.
Yeah, he really is. And he's
Very
got a
good.
really good show on Sirius XM on the 80s. He does a show on there, and the dude's freaking hilariously weird.
I wouldn't mind seeing him live too.
I would love to see him too.
I like to see him live.
So Rick
He
Springfield.
just toured this summer, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Uh-huh. Because my
He's
aunt
part-
went.
He's part of the partnership of the Sammy Hagar, Guy Fieri, Santo Tequila too. So,
Dr. Noah Drake, man.
and also he was on Supernatural as an aging rock star, which is pretty cool episode.
Yeah, I saw him last time he was on the Goldbergs. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, he was good on
Goldbergs,
that.
that's a good show.
Yeah. Except it's gonna suck with the dad dead now because he's sexual harassing people. What's your side
Oh, boy.
track 1, Charles?
I think it's a perfect song to get it fired up and get going off Tattoo You, the Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. I think
It's a good
a
one.
Nice.
Rock
That might
start,
be down on my list coming up, so you never know.
Start Me Up.
So Jerry, what's your track 1?
See, I didn't put any of these orders. I just wrote them down as I saw them. So this kind of sound kind of weird, I guess. But my first one is a band called Chord Flash, Heart in My Heart.
That's a good song.
Love that song. I
Yeah.
love Sue Ross, man. She's a cool singer. She plays the saxophone, man. That was a mega hit when that came out.
Chord
I think
Flash.
that's pretty much all they had though. I don't remember anything else from them, but I know that
They had
song.
some other songs. I think I have a vinyl. I don't think I've heard it though. I bought it used. But I'm gonna go with freaking Al there because we're both Rush guys. It's gotta be Tom Sawyer to start an 81 album. It's like, come on. That's fucking one of the greatest fucking songs of all time. It needs to start the album to get you in the mood for 1981. Fucking
Definitely.
great song. I had to
It's
go
just
there
a
with-
hard hitting opener, man. It was
Yeah.
great, I think.
It's like me and you agree a lot on stuff on our albums, man.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with me?
I don't know. I'm weird. You're not as weird. But
Oh, you don't know what my wife calls me and my daughter, so they think I'm weird.
all right. And then we get to track number 2. Al, what's your track number 2?
Well, I mean, my favorite Van Halen now of all time, I gotta go with Unchained. as number 2. Again, rest in peace, Eddie. He's one of my, I've said this in the past episodes, is one of the holy trinity of guitar players that I love. The reason why I picked up guitar really to start playing, and Unchained is just a killer riff, and I love the Fair Warning album. And I mean, there's deeper tracks I love, but I sort of like, for the K-Tel album, going with more like known songs, like hits, so I'm kind of picking that kind of stuff. I'm not really picking deep tracks for this compilation. So, but Unchained is probably the biggest song off that album, so that it's known for. So I'll go with Unchained. Van Halen.
What about you, Andy? What's your track 2?
Man, I am going with Tommy Two Tone, 8675309, Jenny.
Jenny, baby.
That's a good song. That's a good K-Tel song too. I picked a couple deep tracks too.
8675309.
You know the story of that song when it came out? People started calling that number and asking where Jenny was.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
I think I even called it.
You did?
Yeah. We called the
I don't
Freedom
remember
Rock
who
people
answered,
too,
though.
didn't you?
Jed, I know on the
Freedom,
Van
that
Halen,
was recent.
I know on the Van Halen Fuck album, they had a chalkboard inside the cover where they had a number of this restaurant, and people started calling out
it, right?
restaurant, and they had to take it out in subsequent album releases of that because they were bugging that restaurant. Is Sammy there? Is Eddie there? Is people are funny.
Yeah.
But what's your number 2, Charles?
I think this is a radio staple back in the day, and used to enjoy it quite a bit myself. Stevie Nicks, Edge of 17.
Nice, it's a good song.
Yes. Great song. Great
That
artist.
whole album is just awesome, dude.
Really good.
Belladonna, right?
Belladonna.
Yep.
Yeah. Freaking what's his name? Who's the producer of that album? Produced Tom Petty also.
It was Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah, he liked to steal songs from artists to give it to other artists he was producing. We'll get to that later in this episode. But Jerry, what's your number 2, Jerry?
My number 2 is arguably the second best power trio out of Canada. Got to go with the Magic Power by Triumph, man.
Oh, dude, I
Nice.
totally flaked on them. I fucked
Dude,
up.
how can you forget them, dude? I mean, that
I don't
fucking
know.
song is just brilliant, man.
I'm young.
Dude, Triumph is one of my favorite bands of all time. So
Yeah, Rush is just, Rush just so overshadowed them that, man, they need their due credit, man. That band
They
is
do.
awesome.
I still
Rick Emmett,
I still
Rick
haven't seen the
Emmett
documentary.
rules,
I haven't
dude.
seen the documentary yet.
Oh,
I've
the
seen the
documentary's real
documentary.
good.
I saw
Dr.
Rick Emmett do an unplugged show, and it was just fucking awesome to see.
Dr.
He
Fuck
was
sent it
what.
to me on fucking Dropbox. He rules.
Yeah. Let me finish my story, please.
Okay, go ahead, bitch.
No, I fell in love. He had Dave Dunlop with him. They've been together for a long time, and they sounded fucking great. Just them two playing guitar, man. Great show. I mean, I still want to see that documentary too. I don't know where it can be found, but man,
It's streaming everywhere now. I think they've released
Really?
it.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it
I think
anywhere.
just look up. I'll look it up and maybe I'll find
All
it
right.
for you. I could send it to you in Dropbox. I didn't delete it,
Oh,
You
okay.
have a
Well,
Dropbox.
cool.
but
Send it to me if you got it.
if I could, I think I didn't.
Yeah.
delete it. It's on my desktop somewhere because I said I ain't deleting that shit.
I think
But,
you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And one of those cassettes you got, Al, were Stages.
Yes.
Live Triumph.
Oh, fucking
That's a
awesome.
badass
I
live.
got a CD. I got a CD as well, but
Yeah.
Stages was one. Another one was it didn't have the cover, but it was just a cassette. Was I think is Just the Game. Was
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love that album.
I
so
love that album. It comes with the
Yes.
board game.
The song,
Yeah.
Just the Game, is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Suitcase Blues. I got it's
Yeah.
so fucking amazing. That album
Great.
is
I mean,
great top to bottom.
Triumph is one of those bands that they're one of the bands I slept on. Like I never saw them live, and I regret it.
Oh,
And I remember like when I was in high school.
There it is.
Yeah,
It's
I
got the
think
board game in it.
yeah.
I think
Like-
when I was in high school, like a couple of friends of mine went to go see them here in New Jersey at the Meadowlands on the Sport of Kings tour, and I think Ingve opened up
Ooh.
actually,
Oh shit.
and I wish I would have went to that. I totally didn't go, and I regret it to this day.
I know they
I
had
like
a-
to see Rick Emmett. I'd like to see Rick Emmett solo though one day. You know, if he's still torn.
Yeah. You ever see him do a solo show?
I saw Rick Emmett solo. I saw him on his first solo album. Absolutely. He played a lot of Triumph up at a club in Thousand Oaks, California. We drove up there to see Rick Emmett. He was fucking amazing. He played a lot of Triumph. I love that album. Absolutely. If you guys ever haven't heard that album, absolutely. It's really good.
No. I like his solo stuff. I mean, later on, it got a little jazzier or whatever, but
it did.
Good stuff though. Like, absolutely. No, it's a great one, man.
Huh. Yeah. Dude, what a great band. Fucking Gilmore, man. What a great voice he had. Great drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking tone. I can't think of his name now, the bass player.
Michael Levine.
Levine, man. Fucking great bass player. I mean, just great amazing band, dude.
Great band. So what's your number 2, Andy?
I've already done my number 2. Okay. You're at number 2.
You're at number 2.
Oh, I'm at number 2. Yeah. I went a little freaking new wave-ish. I think this would have been on a KTEL album. Don't You Want Me, Baby, the Human League.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
You like that song, Jerry?
I love that song. Dude. I like that and the other one they had. What was
Fascination?
It called? Fascination? Yeah. That's cool shit back then, dude.
Dude, they have a lot of good songs more than that, though. They're great.
That's the only 2 I know. Sorry.
I like that. Didn't they also do Human? I'm only human.
Oh, the Human League.
Yeah, I'm only human. I know that one too. Flesh. I like that song too.
Remain. Yeah, I do know that one too.
Fucking great song, man. So what's your number 3, Al?
Another great trio from probably my favorite album by them, Ghost in the Machine. I'm going to go with The Police. Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic.
Nice.
It's a dark album, but that seems to be like the lightest track on the album, kind of the funnest. It gives a little light to, because that album is pretty dark. If you really listen to that album, this got a lot of dark material on there. But that song seems to be like kind of the lighthearted song, the hit. You know what I mean? And I love the steel drums that Stuart Copeland adds, and that like kind of gives it a little bit of Caribbean feel to it. It's just one of those songs that like you're in a barbecue in the backyard and you can put it out during the summertime, and it's just a fun song. But I love The Police, man. That's like one of my favorite bands still. So that's gonna be my number 3.
Plus in the video, they were having a lot of fun in the studio. They look fun.
Yeah, I don't think what I was fun in the studio.
You know where I was filmed? What studio that was?
What?
Le Studio, where Rush recorded.
Le Studio. I was just gonna say Le Studio.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard they're rebuilding that studio. Some guy was getting funds to redo it because it was dilapidated. I hope they rebuild.
That would be cool. Well, no, it's completely gone now.
Oh, it is.
You know.
Oh.
Yeah, it caught it got caught. Fire completely destroyed it, and it's just nothing there now. There's videos on YouTube. Like there was a guy archiving.
Yeah, he was archiving everything.
Yeah, so go on there, and they always give updates, so it's kind of cool.
What was that?
Some guy went there and actually set up his drums in the studio and mimed along to like Rush, like played along to Rush, nice. Like where like Neil
that
had his
bay window, dude, was amazing.
That big window, yeah. Some guy set up his drums and actually recorded himself like playing there, dude. That studio was like Canada's like Abbey Road. It should have been preserved, man, to be honest with you.
Fucking Rush should just what Alex Lifeson and Get Alicia rebuild it. Get Sting in there to do it too, man. Let's get that shit going, man. I know they want to rebuild it. I know they want to do that.
That'd be cool if they did.
Yeah. So what's your number 3, Al? Andy?
My number 3, right before we went on, right before you came, Al, I was saying that I went to the record store on Saturday and I had gotten Tom Petty double album Plantation, but one of the albums was destroyed, so I went back over there. They gave me store credit, and I bought, and that's how I got that Humble Pie double album, Humble Pie, and also Ghost in the Machine on vinyl because it equaled that because it equaled the price of that one album. So I grabbed both of those.
Oh, okay.
That day. My third one is going to be by REO Speedwagon. I didn't know which one to take from REO Speedwagon because there were a lot of hits on this one. So I went ahead with a rocker, Take It on the Run.
Great song.
That's the way
Great
you
song.
want it, baby.
Yeah.
I don't want you around.
Great song. I didn't pick them because I
today-
thought it was 80, but the single was probably released in 81.
In
right?
81. Yeah.
Yeah.
And today's his birthday.
Yeah, Kevin Cronin. I posted that.
Kevin
Kevin
Cronin. Happy
Cronin.
birthday, Kevin.
72, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, is he? Wow.
He still sounds great. He's also got a vocal coach now because his
Yeah,
son
I got a friend request from his daughter, actually.
his daughter. His
I
son's
accepted it.
band sucks though. I saw them before. They were horrible. They were horrible. Get a new life. Get a new band, dude. You guys are. They sound like fucking like 70s yacht rock. It's
Oh,
horrible.
really?
Oh,
Huh,
they were horrible.
Hey,
I
man,
can't
there's some
even-
good 70s yacht rock bands.
yeah,
dude.
this is horrible 70s
That
yacht
was
rock.
bad, huh?
It was horrible. I was like going, can you get to RS Big? And then RS Boowagon came on, and then the guitar player had COVID, so they went acoustic. I was like, fuck, I wanted to see the guitar player.
Well, dude, you saw something they never did before.
I
right? So
know,
that's
but
kinda
I
cool.
still feel gypped because I love the guitar player, and I can't even remember his name right now. Fucking great. I can't remember his name. But Charles, what's your number 3?
Song was all over the radio. I remember the video before we didn't even have, I don't think MTV was out in 81, was it?
Yeah, it was.
It came
Was
out-
I didn't have it yet,
Yeah.
regardless. But they used to show videos on HBO between movies. I remember this on all the time. Jay Giles Band, Centerfold.
Nice one.
Yeah, love that song, man. It makes me remember I was in first grade when all these songs were out. So
I was out
Yeah,
with girls in
that
lingerie.
song was awesome. You know, that song was
Peter
awesome.
Wolf rules. Solo albums are good too. Fucking love that shit.
And
then,
Dave
uh,
Amato, Mark. Dave
Jerry,
Amato.
what's your number 3?
Dave Amato.
Dave Amato. Yeah, I love that guy.
All right.
At first, let me tell you a story. When I first saw them on the Earth, the Chicken album, and I saw them at the Greek Theater, and I heard that album, I go, "This ain't no Gary Richrath. He's playing way too fast." And then I saw him again. I go, "Dude, this guy's good." But it took me a while because I love Gary Richrath, but he plays faster than Gary does. He's really good.
If I know right, he's been the only one since Rich Rath, right?
Oh yeah, he hasn't left
Yeah.
the band, you know.
So,
But I wish
yeah.
they'd make a new album, you know. But
Right.
what's your
But,
number 3, Jerry?
Oh, from the great Tommy Shaw of Paradise Theater. Too much time on my hands, man.
Nice.
Fucking
Good
killer tune, man. Radios all over the freaking radio when they came out, a staple in their set list. I've always loved Tommy Shaw. He's one of my favorite guitar players. Styx is one of my favorite bands. It was hard to pick one from that album because I liked so many songs off it. But yeah, I was gonna put "Rockin' the Paradise" at first. But I'm like, I want to give Tommy some credit. So I put too much time. So yeah, but that's my
Well,
number
Tommy
3.
is my favorite member of Styx. I love Dennis too. His last 2 solo albums ruled. But then we get to my number 3. I'm picking from face value Phil Collins, "In the Air Tonight." It's a great K-Tel song right here.
Yeah.
Fucking in Miami Vice, the song was everywhere back then. It's
Right.
like you couldn't get away from it. You can't get away from it now. It's such a classic song. I love Phil, I love Genesis, and I love this song. And then we get to number 4. Al, what's your number 4?
I'm going with Billy Squier, The Stroke.
Nice.
Don't Say No album. Classic album. Billy Squier was on in the early 80s. He ruled, man. Like, I mean, he had so many hits, you know, and it just sucks that he's like kind of doesn't really tour anymore. Or, I think like I think if he toured, I think he'd do really well. I think a lot
I
of
think
people.
so too.
He's been away for so long now. Like, I think I love to go see him. You know, I did see him in Ringo Starr's All-Star Band, you know, probably like 15 years ago. And it was awesome to see him. And, you know, he played The Stroke that night. And probably
Is
like
that the one
another,
where
you
was that the
know,
band where like Gary Wright came out and did a couple of his songs? Like, I don't know.
I
know
remember
what
that
you're talking about.
that lineup was Billy Squier, Edgar Winter.
Ooh,
okay, yeah. Was it
and I
Waddy
can't
Wachtel?
rem- No,
Yeah,
it was
I
Colin. I think it was Colin Hay. You know, and Colin Hay's been touring with him. Colin Hay's been with him like forever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Edgar Winter.
I think those were like the 3 main guys.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to
That's my
Ringo.
number.
Yeah, he's down right
That's my
now.
number 4.
Shout out to Ringo. He's down with COVID right now. And yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is?
Oh,
Again?
yeah.
He's
Oh,
playing his
I thought-
all-star band coming up.
Yeah,
out here.
but he has said been canceling gigs. He's down with COVID right now. So
Oh shit.
I'm not-
Oh,
Pull through, Ringo, please.
He's
Yeah.
not.
Hopefully
He's
that
not young either.
healthy and
So
all that
hopefully
will
he
help
gets
him
through
through
it.
this.
So what's
Yeah,
your
they got-
number? What's your number 3? Number 4, Andy?
This is going to be my first dive into country. I went with Ronnie Millsap, "Smoky Mountain Rain."
That's a good
I
song.
love
like
that song.
I never thought about going country on this one. There's actually some good country songs back then, but
There was some
Yeah,
Eddie
there was a
Rabbit
big
stuff, dude.
crossover during that time. Country had a big crossover that went into pop music. Oh well, into the pop radio stations at that time.
Eddie
So,
Rabbit had some good
Ronnie
songs
Millsap.
at that time. I didn't pick. Yeah.
Step by Step.
Yep, by
I'll be right back.
So
Yep.
good old Ronnie Millsap. It's so funny because we've got a Texas the Houston rodeo here, which Charles is pretty familiar with as well. And every year they have big concerts, like for the whole month. It's like the who's who in music. And my uncle went to go see Ray Charles and Ronnie Millsap. And I told him that the first 10,000 fans got free sunglasses. And then he texted me. He goes, "You're an asshole. They're not giving away sunglasses."
Yeah, I learned something today that I never knew, and I can't believe it. Charles mentioned Loretta Lynn. I never knew Crystal Gale was her sister. I never knew that.
Yeah, I found out probably just a few years ago. It's not like something forever.
I just found that out today. I was like, "What? This can't be
Yeah.
right."
But-
I never knew that.
But she was a lot younger.
But if you put them together, they do kind of look alike a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Crystal Gale's hair is like down to her fucking feet, but
Crystal
I
Gale
love
was
that. I love her hair.
yeah.
She has a whole
My brown eyes.
I remember seeing Coal Miner's Daughter with my grandma and my mom in the movie theater. That was a great movie. Sissy
I
Spacek.
never saw that movie, but my mom took my grandma to the drive-in.
You need to see Coal Miner's
oh
Daughter,
yeah,
dude.
Tommy Lee Jones was awesome. He was a total
Sissy
dickhead in that movie.
Spacek
Yeah,
was
Sissy was
amazing in
awesome.
that movie.
It's basic, yeah.
Now I want to buy that movie. What's your number 4, Charles? Oh, you already said it. Number
No,
4.
I
No, you didn't.
Charles, what's your number 4?
We still got Al and Charles and me
Well-
still, and you.
You
know,
just did.
Billy Squire.
I'm on number 4.
Yeah. What's your
Yeah.
number 4?
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
My number 4, I'm gonna bring it down into ballad land. We got heavy metal, all arms intact with Pete Willis in band, bringing on the heartbreak, Def Leppard. Yeah,
Big one.
right
Great
there.
song.
That's
I
their
did
first
pick
big
a I did pick a song out of that album coming up later, but not that one.
There you go.
But what's your number 4, Jerry?
Oh,
My number 4 is I'm going super freaking mellow with this one. One of the great voices of Jefferson Starship and Marty Ballin, song called Hearts
I
off
knew you
his
were gonna pick
self-titled
that
album.
song.
Real cool tune, man. Nice and mellow. Great singer, man. Rest in peace. I think he died about a year or two ago. Like I said, they're all these fucking people are dying. It's just tragic. But
How does that song go?
it's
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I don't want to sing it, but
Please don't.
I'll have
look
to
it up. You'll
Was it
recognize. As soon as you
Jefferson-
hear it, you're gonna
Jefferson-
recognize.
What song is it? What song is it? What's the
Marty.
name of the song?
Hearts by Marty
Hearts.
Ballin.
Oh, it's just Marty Ballin solo?
Yeah, solo stuff.
Let me
Okay.
see.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I guarantee you, once you hear
yeah.
the song, you will recognize it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is everything okay? Come on, you've heard that song. I can't sing it. I
That's not it.
can't do it justice.
Let's see. Stupid YouTube giving me ads. But since we're waiting for YouTube to play Marty Ballin, my number 4 is I didn't pick Don't Stop Believing. I didn't pick Open Arms. I picked my favorite song off that album, which is hold on.
I can't hear anything.
song off Escape is Mother Father. I picked
Oh,
that
God
song.
damn you.
Great song. Great song.
Yep. I picked Mother Father because that's my favorite song off of that and Stoned in Love. Those are my two favorite songs.
Yeah.
off the album. But then we get to number 5. Al, what's your number 5?
Oh, like I got In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, like you got, Mark.
Nice.
Probably the greatest drum break of all time.
Oh,
you know, I mean, if you're gonna rank drum breaks, that's probably number one on everybody's list, pretty much.
I put Jack and Diane in there also.
That would probably be like number 2, man.
Yeah,
that's right up there. You know, but yeah, dude, you can't deny Phil, dude.
No.
I mean, that guy that kicked off his solo career, and you know, he was Mr. 80s, man. You know, just hit after hit. Between him and freaking Genesis, dude. You know, he paid for like what 4 divorces. You know,
I always said he was the face of the 80s, not Michael Jackson, because he had more stuff out than Michael Jackson did in the 80s.
Am I the only one that liked the Peter Gabriel era better? Am I the only one?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I prefer the Peter Gabriel era as well, but I love the Phil era too. You know, that's fine. But I mean, nowadays I tend to listen to the Peter Gabriel era more. When I was younger, obviously I didn't even know about the Peter Gabriel era, but now it's
I love
like,
the Lamb Lies Down.
You know,
on
I love a
Broadway.
lot. I love a lot of Genesis songs. I love a lot of Phil Collins songs, but I can't tell them apart. What's Genesis and what's Phil Collins?
What?
Except for except for his big hits, like In the Air Tonight. Of course, you know I know that's just Phil solo, but like,
Dude, the
Take
Genesis
Me Home.
era, the Genesis era.
Well, that's
Phil
all
is
I
a
know
lot
is Genesis.
different.
Yeah,
Trick of the Tail kind of sounds like Peter Gabriel, but it isn't. They were moving on, and then you get to and then there were 3, which is totally it's not even Peter Gabriel.
Let me see.
Follow you, follow me. You know,
Yeah, I
because
didn't like it. There was 3,
because of Steve Hackett. That's why.
yeah, because Steve Hackett left, and then then there were 3. It was different.
Yeah, because he left after Winning Withering.
Yeah.
Invisible Touch. That's Genesis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mama. That's Genesis, right?
Yeah, that's Genesis self-titled. Yeah.
That's all. That's Genesis.
Come on, Peter Gabriel number.
The studio is Genesis.
Yes.
No, it's Phil.
No, it's Phil.
Damn,
Yeah.
I got one wrong. I like all those songs, but
I always think of American Psycho with that stuff.
Yeah.
So what was the one with the puppets? The video? What was that
That
song?
was Land of Confusion.
That's Genesis or Phil?
That's Genesis.
That's Genesis and Phil, dude. Dude, Peter Gabriel and Phil have way different voices. How could
No,
you
I know
not tell
that,
them
dude.
apart?
I'm not making fun of them. I like
It's
a
not
lot of
bad.
their songs, but I don't tell them apart.
But there was a
Domino's
big,
like the best song on that album now.
but there was a big overlap there. Jerry's right. Between 80 and 85, between Genesis and Phil Collins songs.
Right.
I mean, there was a
Back
lot
and forth,
of inner. I mean,
Unless you were a
Phil
super
Collins
fan.
was more
Yeah.
poppy.
compared to Genesis, had a lot of still more progressive elements in them.
I wouldn't
Invisible
say
Touch?
progressive,
Come
I mean,
on.
Dude,
Yeah.
Mama is way different than what Phil would do on In the Air Tonight.
Well,
yeah,
that's a great
Home
song.
by
That's one of
the
my favorite
Sea.
songs, actually.
Home by the Sea.
The
Dutch
Last
is-
Domino. He's
Dutch is-
way
whatever.
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you're right.
I'm a huge Phil Collins nut swinger. So then we get to number 5. Al, what's your number 5?
Oh, well,
said
in the
Phil
air
Collins.
tonight.
Oh, In the Air Tonight.
Yeah,
You already
that's
did
what
that?
started this whole
Oh,
thing.
this is
Go
my
ahead,
number
Andy.
5. I
Oh.
picked
That was your number 4, I think.
I haven't done yet.
Oh, yeah, it's my number 5, and then Charles' number 5.
well, I already did Mother Father, so I'm on number 5. What's your number 5, Charles?
Number 5 is
You missed Andy. You missed Andy.
Andy, what's your number 5?
Okay, I'm sorry. Go, Charles, and I'll go after you for a.
I thought
No.
you said In the Air Tonight, didn't you?
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
I said In the
I'll
That
Air
was me.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Private eyes, they're watching.
Hollis rules.
Dude, that's a great song. I was trying to figure out which song, because that album that came out had like 3 or 4 songs in 1981.
Yeah.
But Private Eyes was always my favorite one when it would come out on the radio. I loved it. I I got one of their albums. I want to buy their other albums, but I don't think I would like it. So I went with their greatest hits. I think it's called Rock and Soul. Part
Rock
2.
and Soul is good, but they have
Yeah.
a double album that you should probably get because I don't.
Oh yeah,
you
my
don't get
wife got that
anything.
on
You
CD.
don't get anything from Big Bad Boom. You don't get Out of Touch, man. Out of Touch rules.
And I've also got another one here. It's them live with Eddie Ruff with
oh yeah, that's the Live at the
with
Apollo.
David Ruffin and Eddie Kendrick from the Temptations. Which
Yeah,
was
that's
pretty
Live at
cool.
the Apollo. But
Live at
also,
the Apollo, yeah.
you don't get adult education on
No,
Rock
yeah.
and Soul. Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, and I was okay with that. So that was my
that's-
pick.
What about you, Charles?
This is probably my deepest cut on my K-12. The future went crazy on this one, but it's actually my favorite. And it's Van Halen, Mean Street. My
Nice.
favorite from that album.
Dude, that's my favorite song on that album. I love it.
It is.
I
too.
didn't go with that one because I just thought Unchained would be more of a K-Tel
Yeah.
song.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Right.
I just had to throw it on there. I think
Yeah, that's cool.
it's not as well known.
Hey
but
man, any
That-
old Van Halen is fine with me, brother.
that beginning of that song is just wow, it's killer. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
my favorite Van Halen album too.
Wait, it is mine
It's
too. Yeah, I think we all picked that Al on the Van Halen ranking, right? We all picked. Me and you picked Fair
I think
Warning.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jerry, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is from the great Greg Kinn Band, the Breakup Song.
Oh, that's a great song.
Freaking love that song. Greg
I
Kinn
have a
was so
lot of
cool.
his shit on vinyl.
That dude was so freaking cool in the 80s, man. I'm Lost in Jeopardy. He had some great tunes back then.
Yeah, he's great. Weird
I
Al
like the
covered
way-
that song.
I like the way
he
that-
actually named the Weird Al version. You meant Our Love is
Yeah.
in Jeopardy,
Yeah.
not I Lost on Jeopardy.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I did, didn't I?
My love's in jeopardy. Our love's
I
in
did that.
jeopardy.
I did
yeah.
that when somebody mentioned Coolio the other day. I'm like, yeah, Amish Paradise. I'm like, oh shit, no.
But wait a minute. But when it came to Greg Kinn, I really like the way that he would name his albums like Controversy and stuff like that. Where
I have a
Conspiracy
lot of
or
those on
something.
vinyl.
Yeah.
I love Great Ken. It's like he's like the lost San Francisco. Like Huey Lewis overshadowed him, but they were just as good.
are they really that good? Because I got like 3 or 4 albums of theirs that I've never even played.
They're really good.
Oh yeah, no, they're good.
They're
I'll
really
give
good.
it a shot then.
They're really
Give
good.
it a shot.
But then my number 5 is from Ghost in the Machine. I didn't pick Everything She Does in Magic. I picked it was a single, so it could have been on a K-Tel album, Spirits in the Material World.
Oh yeah.
Good one. That's a great one too, dude.
Yeah, I picked that
I
one
was
up.
torn between 3 songs on an album. Either that one, the one I picked, or Invisible Sun.
Oh,
you know,
Visible Sun is
so-
like awesome too.
Yeah.
Our police show was really good.
Yep.
Loved
So
it.
now we get to number 6, right? I'm on track. Al,
Yeah.
what's your number 6?
I'm going with from the great album, Give the People What They Want, the Kinks Destroyer.
Ooh.
I always loved that song when I was a kid, man. Paranoia.
Oh, yeah.
Wish
Wish
Destroyer.
Destroyer. I love that song.
Yeah, dude.
I totally
The
forgot
Kinks
about that.
rule, dude.
The Kinks
That's
do rule.
that's a band that I'd love to see like reunite, and I'd love to go see them. I never seen them before, so.
I think
But the
Dave.
Kinks Destroyer, dude.
Yeah, I think Dave has dementia or something. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I think so.
he had a stroke years ago, and I
Is
think
that
that
what it
really
was? Yeah.
affected him. So
My favorite song by the
I think-
Kinks.
I saw Ray Davies solo though, so I can
Nice.
say that I saw at least part of the Kinks there. So, and he was great actually. So
Is that the album that's got Come Dancing? Come Dancing.
No.
no, that's
No,
that
that
the
came
name of the
later.
album is Come Dancing. So
Okay, so that was a little bit later, right? Like a year or two
That was
later.
later.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
my favorite
that was-
song by them is like a later song, Do It Again. I love
Oh
Do It
man, I
Again.
love that song. Standing in the middle of nowhere. I love that.
I
fucking song.
love that fucking song.
Dude, it's crazy how long they lasted and still kept their. I mean, like almost over 20 years. I mean, because they spread it out. Even in the 70s, they were
well, listen.
pretty good with their arena
Well,
rock.
in the late 70s, they had like that resurgence.
Yeah.
Like Low Budget and they had a good run of albums, and they became like a big arena band. That you know, so
Sleepwalker, that's a good album. Sleepwalker.
Yeah.
Misfits.
I love Low Budget. I love that album.
That song Misfits is just fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like if Do It Again comes on my shuffle, I freaking play it twice.
You need to play that on your show, man.
I have played it on my show.
Oh, yeah?
I played Come Dancing also.
I like
that. Yeah, that song was just okay. I wasn't a really
love that song.
I loved it.
And then number 6, Andy, what's your number 6?
Yeah, it's already been mentioned, and I was kind of surprised, but then I kind of wasn't. Human League with Don't You Want Me.
Yeah.
Love that song. It's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
You know, on the second verse when she said, I was a cocktail waitress, that much is true.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just such a great back and forth of male and female vocals.
Yeah. And they were hot too, even with short hair. I don't like short hair that much, but
I think 3 out of the 4 are actually still touring. I think one of the girls isn't with them anymore. But
really?
Well, yeah, they're still touring. Yeah. But what's your number 6, Charles?
I got Rick Springfield too, but it's not Jesse's Girl. It's probably the only Sammy Hagar song.
I was gonna say.
I did everything for you.
I had the 45. I've done everything for you.
Yeah.
You done
Probably
nothing for
Yep, the other
You done nothing for me.
Working Class Dog album.
Yeah.
Actually, Sammy's version isn't that bad. Actually,
No,
I kind
it
of like that
isn't.
song.
I like both versions.
But yeah, well, you would, but I don't. And the Springfield version.
Sammy haters, man. Why
Oh,
can't
no,
you just
I-
love both? Why can't you
Put
just
X
like
on the
Roth
center
and
square
Sammy?
for that
I
one.
don't understand.
That's
Hey, he got the
venomous,
money.
man.
They
Venomous.
got paid for it. Yeah, he got money. He's good.
He had Rick Springfield on that rock and roll road trip.
I saw it.
And he even said, your song did better than mine. Your version did better than mine.
I didn't know that it was a Sammy Hagar song.
It was,
Until
yeah.
I saw it on one of his live albums from like 80 or 79, which I have here. I said, I wonder if that's the same song. So I played it, and sure enough, it was the same song.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta give it to Sammy. He got the last laugh. He got paid. You know.
Yep.
Sammy had some really good albums there in the early.
He did.
Oh, still do. I think Sammy is great.
Street
But he
Machine.
had some really good stuff in the late 70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And then Jerry, what's your number 6?
I got to go with Al and somebody else pick Unchained. No, you pick somebody else pick Main Street.
Yeah.
Fucking love that album, dude. That song, man. Fucking Dave is just awesome in that song. One break coming up. I mean, it's just totally cool, man. I mean, fucking great record, great band. That fucking 6-pack is amazing. Get rid of the substandard album they did when Dave came back.
Oh God, you and that shit again.
Get rid of the Sammy albums, man. That 6-pack, man, stands on its own, dude.
Yeah, and then I go for my number. I go for my number 6, and it's Genesis. Title track from Albuquerque.
Great one.
Yep.
I thought that was Phil Collins.
That's Phil. No, that's
I'm
Genesis.
joking.
Albuquerque, dude. That also has me and Sarah Jane.
Yeah.
Freaking Man on the Corner. It's a fucking great album. Fucking great album. They have one song on there that sucks. I didn't do it. I hate that song. But the rest of the album rules. But that's my number 6. So then we go to number 7. Al, what's your number 7?
Well, closing out side 1 of the K-Tel album, I'm going to go with the Rolling Stones, Waiting on a Friend. Love that song.
Yeah, I love that song. Yeah,
That's a great
I
tune.
remember that video playing. I remember that video all the time playing
On
the time.
MTV, them in front of the doorstep. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it's a great closer for the side. You know, it's kind of a mellowish, kind of jazzy, almost, you know. I love that song, man. It's probably my favorite song off Tactically You. So
Yeah, it's really
I
I mean,
mean,
everybody,
so awesome for being like they were all like throwaway songs and outtakes, really, for the most part. And it's
Some girls.
one of their best albums to me. I love it.
dude, man. If a band can only dream of having throwaways like that. You know,
I know.
shit.
Right?
I got the
Shit.
deluxe edition. There's a lot of like extra songs in there. Unlike that Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 1 and 2
Oh,
that
here
has
we go.
67 fucking unreleased tracks that are all
Holy
live
67.
songs that we all
67.
know. I thought there'd be some demos of some fucking new tracks that we never
67.
heard. At least the Rolling Stones gave us like 6 or 7 on a Tattoo You that we never
Yeah.
heard. The fucking rule. Oh
How
my
many
God.
outtakes would there be? There's already 45,000 songs on You Use Your Illusions.
There's
If you got
400
the appetite,
It's
if you got the
$400
appetite,
for that
there is
box
a
set.
bunch.
What a
That's
the
ripoff.
The appetite's
insane.
got a bunch. So I mean,
Appetite's
I don't know.
that appetite box that was $1,000 and they fucking edited it for 1 in a million. So I fucking like that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's another benefit of streaming. I got that for not $1,000. So I
Cool.
mean,
Yeah.
they put them on there,
Yeah.
everything. So
So what's your number 7, Andy?
I'm gonna go kind of balladry and country. And this song was written by Lionel Richie, but he didn't perform it until later on. Lady by Kenny Rogers.
Oh, it's a good
Love
song.
that song.
A good
Oh,
song,
yeah.
man.
Did you watch that Kenny Rogers tribute show they did about a year ago? That was pretty cool, man.
No, I didn't, but I love that song, Lady.
Yeah.
I used to just before I got married, I remember I used to get so drunk on the Kenny Rogers greatest hits.
His chicken was awesome. Did you
Yeah, I was
anybody ever
gonna
go to
say
Kenny
that.
Rogers?
I miss the roasters.
It
Yeah,
was
that-
delicious, man.
The episode of Seinfeld where
That
fucking,
is awesome. That was one of my favorite episodes. Kenny never hurt anybody.
fucking,
Guys ever watch
what is it?
Mad-
Kramer
guys ever
was
watch-
addicted to it, but the light was shining in his window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
you
know.
ever watch-
it's the wood that makes it good.
Guys ever watch Mad TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Will Sasso did a great Kenny Rogers. on
Well,
that
he
show.
really
It's funny
did.
as hell, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a Jackass skit when he was Kenny Rogers. It was hilarious. But,
So what's your,
good pick.
so
Good
what's your
pick on
number
that one.
7, Charles?
If I didn't know we were doing country, I'd have put Mark's Elvira on there. That was a huge hit in '81. But I didn't,
I almost picked that song. I do like
I
that
didn't
song.
put it. Yeah.
Elvira.
That would be country K-Tel on mine, but we got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close with the same opener two of y'all had. Tom Sawyer from Rush.
Nice.
Yeah.
Closes a side of an album just as good as it can open one. So
So what's your number 7, Jerry?
My number 7 is from one of the greatest albums, in my opinion, definitely Foreigner's best, Urgent.
Great song, man.
We're talking
Yeah,
about that
it's a
album the other day. I think me and you were, man. The whole album is good
Foreigner
from fucking
4.
start to finish.
I didn't pick Foreigner on here, but I love Foreigner.
That's a shock. I thought for sure you'd have a Foreigner.
No,
Oh,
there's too many fucking. I wanted to be eclectic.
Well,
You know me.
K-Tel's not eclectic though.
Yeah, but I wanted. And for that song was
you
a huge
mentioned,
hit.
dude, you mentioned K-Tel, and there's nothing but hits.
I know,
on
but I
K-Tel.
picked a lot of hits, so it's not. There's so many hits in '80, dude.
Well, yeah.
And some of these songs that you guys picked are on my EP. So
Yeah, K-Tel never had a deep cuts album.
No.
Right.
I only picked one deep cut. No, I haven't picked a deep cut yet.
What's that,
So-
Mother Father?
huh?
The Mother Father by Journey? You
Oh, that was the only deep cut I picked.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
Yeah,
Because
only
I am
one.
writing everybody's down so I can
All
make
right.
my own playlist on my phone. So
All right, then number 7, 2 of you already picked this. Unchained by Van Halen. I had to close it with Van Halen. I opened it with Rush, and I wanted to close it with a rocker. So, and then we flipped this bitch over to side 2. What's your number 1 on side 2, Al?
I'm going with Blue Oyster Cult, Burning for You.
Oh, it's a great song.
Great song.
Love Blue Oyster Cult, man. I've always loved BOC, and I mean, I remember being a kid and always hearing it on the radio. So that's definitely a K-Tel compilation song there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of opened up my side too, and it's a nice up tempo opener. So BOC, Burning for You.
Nice. I actually
I had it
only
on my
have
list,
2
but
deep
I had
tracks
to
on
cut-
this album.
I had to cut that one out, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
did have that.
And then what's your number track 1 on side 2, Al? No, Andy.
and in fact, I'm still on side 1. I did 8 and 8. I had to
Okay.
do So I'm gonna end side two. I'm in side one. I always end it with an epic track. This one's not that epic, but as I got older, I heard the song again, where in an album where it belongs, and I love it more now than I did younger. It's off of Paradise Theater, Best of Times by Styx.
Great song, dude.
I mean, it's good on the radio, but when you hear it on the concept album in chronological order, where it belongs, it just blows you away, because Paradise Theater is a great album by Styx. Unfortunately, it was so great that Dennis DeYoung wanted to do the Kilroy album, which the rest of the band was totally against, and there was a lot of friction there that kind of dismantled the band. It
was also a lot of cocaine on Tommy Shaw's part too.
I think that started. I think I actually started the album before on Cornerstone. I think when the real problem started.
But
I think Babe was a song that kind of started it all.
Yeah, the Best of Times was.
That's a great song, man.
Yeah, it really is. I love it.
So you on still side one or side two, Charles?
I'm on side two.
Okay, what's your number one on side two?
Same band, classic rock staple. One of probably my favorite song from Styx. Too Much Time on My Hands.
Yeah, there you go.
Great side opener. Great side opener there. I love Renegade too. I love Tommy Shaw's voice and Styx. I ain't got nothing against Dennis DeYoung either, but I mean, I just always like those rocker ones they had a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what are you on side one or two, Jerry?
I'm just going out as they come, dude.
Okay,
I don't even know where I'm at.
I'll just say number one, side two. What's your number one?
He's on CD.
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah, we talked about Jay Giles earlier, but I'm not picking Centerfold. I'm taking the title track off Freeze Frame.
Pretty sure, great song.
Love that song.
Yeah.
Love the video. The video was on MTV all the time. Fucking great. I love Jay Giles. Rest in peace, man. I don't know what's Peter Wolf been doing lately?
He's still doing some solo tours.
He's doing solo stuff.
He's with Jay Giles still.
I saw Peter Wolf open up for Skinner like a few years ago.
Okay.
So
cool.
He's still doing his his rolls on his arms.
Yeah.
I love Come As You Are.
He didn't give us white folk a good name as far as dancing is concerned, but
dude, Jay Giles made some deep blues albums, man, in the early days. Freaking really
dude, Love
shit.
Stinks. That's a great freaking album. That is a brilliant album from start to finish, man.
That was a song because he divorced Faye Dunaway. I Love Stinks. Faye Dunaway, is she still alive?
She is.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Cool. She was hot back in the day. But my side one. I think you guys already picked some of this song. Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a good track opener on side two.
Yeah, that was my opener.
Yep. And then we get to track two, Al, on side two for you.
I'm going with Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty. Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
There you go.
I always love that song so much, man. And the two of them. I always had this idea, like since Tom Petty died, I think Stevie Nicks should do a tour with the Heartbreakers as her backup band. I always think that would be pretty cool idea. But she don't listen to me, so she ain't doing it.
Well, she brought in Mike Campbell, the Fleetwood Mac, so
that's kind of sort of a little bit there. Yeah.
Yeah,
so, Stop Dragging My Heart.
Sir.
I love that song. So that's
great song. So what's your track one on side two, Andy?
Yeah, I love the song. I think it's fantastic, but I don't like the two bands that combine to get in to do it. I'm not a big Queen fan, and I don't care that much for David Bowie, but I love Under Pressure. It's a fantastic song. I can't deny it. It's a great track, and I think that Freddie Mercury and David Bowie sound so great together. Going back and forth.
Unfortunately, they ripped off Vanilla Ice. Unfortunately.
Vanilla's Ice went dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
went dun 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 dun.
That little itty bitty ting.
Yeah.
Every time that because I liked the song for a very long time. And then when Vanilla Ice started coming on, they would start playing Under Pressure. I'd be like, oh, badass. And then I would hear, yo, VIP. I was like, oh, man, what the fuck is this?
That song actually launched Jim Carrey's career too on A Living Color, man. Him doing the parody on that.
I'm living.
James Carrey.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I gotta pause it 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, Charles. So what's your number 2 on side 2?
Recent Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, Miss Pat Benatar, Fire and Ice.
Nice.
Love that song, dude. That song is just awesome, dude.
Great song.
Great rocking song.
I missed a lot of artists, man. Because I would have picked her. And Triumph.
Dude, her voice in that song is incredible, man. That and Shadows
Her
of the
voice
Night,
is fantastic. I love her voice.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so disappointed when I saw her live. She did Shadows of the Night acoustic. And I was like, no.
I want to hear those pipes.
Right. Yeah, you want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that acoustic. It's like Foo Fighters when they did Everlong acoustic. No.
Ooh,
I want to hear the fucking.
That was actually kind of a hit for him, though, wasn't it?
I know. But
version.
I like the freaking plugged-in version of Everlong better than that.
I do too, but I also like the acoustic version.
I do, but I like it. If I see them in concert, I want the electric version. I want the electric version of Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar. Yeah. But and we get to you, Jerry. What's your number 2 on side 2?
My number 2 is from the great album Hard Promises from Tom Petty, The Waiting.
Nice.
Great song, man.
Gotta have Tom Petty on that. Something from that album on this list because it's a great record.
That's the hardest
Fuck,
part.
to this day, I still regret. I had opportunity to see him at least 3 or 4 times. I'm like, yeah, I'll catch him next time. And that still to this day bothers the hell out of me, man. I'll never be able to see him live, man. Fucking pisses me off. So I'm not going to procrastinate anymore. That's why I'm going to go see. I've never seen Warrant before or the Bullet Boys, so I'm going to see what's left of both of those bands tomorrow. So,
well, dude, Mark Torin plays a great lead guitar. I saw him on lead guitar. Yeah. He could jam. It sucks that the original members can't get along, but they try to get back together. It worked for a little bit, but Mark fucked it up. He's like the.
But the guy from Warren, I like his voice, man.
Oh, Robert Mason's amazing. Yeah. Told you, Big Cock, Lynch Mob, second album, The End Machine. I'm like a huge Robert Mason fan.
I don't think I can get into Big Cock, man.
Dude, you got to get into Big Cock, dude. You got to hear Bump and Grind. You got to hear fucking
Big Cock.
You'll love it.
The band, but the album covers, dude. It shows like a freaking motherload. It shows like a freaking oil well exploding, and then one he has a mic right at his dick, and he has another one with the rooster. It's a fucking 3 albums are fucking amazing by Big Cock.
That's just too masculine for me.
Dude, you gotta hear the song "Breaking My Balls." You just got breaking my balls. If you like sleaze fucking meat rock,
you're all
okay. Forget the band name. Listen to the fucking music.
All right, I'll listen to him.
Hey, sir, welcome to our record store. There's something I can help you with. I'm looking for Big Cock.
I'm gonna send you all some Big Cock. Not mine. Mine isn't big, but I'll send you some Big Cock. But
don't threaten me with a good time, buddy. Okay, we're getting way off track.
I get to Jerry's favorite band on my number 2.
Ghost?
Planet Earth, Duran Duran.
Just kidding.
Come on, you know I gotta pick some Duran Duran. If they're out,
I didn't see any on the list. What album is that? Is that real?
The self-titled album.
Oh, I
didn't
see that on there.
First album, Planet Earth, Girls on Film. There's lots of songs I could have picked.
Oh yeah, I saw Girls on Film on there on that list.
Yeah, have you seen the original video on Girls on Film when they got the naked models? That was the first lewd video on HBO, man.
Yeah, it was banned on MTV, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was banned on MTV, but no, they had an edited version on MTV. But HBO showed the unedited version.
You know, it's a good video to watch. The unedited was Helix's "Gimme Gimme Good Love," and if you ever watch that video, all kinds of boobs in that one. Ooh, nice.
All right. And we get to our number 3 on side 2. Al, what's your number 3?
I'm going with I think one of you had it, maybe 2 of you had it, but Triumph, Magic Power.
Yeah, I had that one.
I mean,
Yeah,
I gotta put that one on there. That was a big hit for them, man. That's like they're in the US. I mean, that's probably their signature song.
Yeah.
And I could see that on the K-Tal album. So
yeah.
that's definitely going on there. So that's my number 10, number 3 side 2.
So what's your number 2 on side 2, Andy?
Yeah, this one was just mentioned before, but Stop Dragging My Heart Around, Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty. And the one time I saw Tom Petty was fantastic, and Stevie Nicks sang backing vocals throughout the whole show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw that video. The concert video.
If you get that pack at the Plantation, she comes up and sings Insider on that album.
Oh, does she?
Great song.
I know that she did another duet with him on Hard Promises as well.
Yeah, that was Insider.
Insider, right? Okay.
Insider, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, because I've never been able to see Fleetwood Mac. I've seen I have seen, God dang, what's his name?
Lindsay
Buckingham.
I saw Fleetwood Mac when it went on tour about 6-7 years ago.
I went to that
they
show
kicked
too.
Lindsay out, and Christine wasn't there, but I saw Stevie Nicks and Lindsay, and they were amazing.
I saw him with the whole band. That was the last.
No, I haven't seen him with Christine McVie, but Lindsay's my favorite member of the band, anyways. So, I'm like,
He just canceled his tour
in Europe.
He's gonna do America still.
Is he still going to do America?
Yeah, as far as we know, he's still doing America's tour.
Okay, because I have tickets to see him here in New Jersey. So
yeah, his new album is really good. If you guys pick it up,
Yeah.
Dude, you're talking about under freaking rated guitar player, dude. Gets no credit. What that dude does with the guitar, man, it's amazing.
Mr. No Pick.
Yeah.
But man, it was really cool to see Stevie Nicks up there.
Was it you, Al, who said that Lindsey Buckingham threw out picks to the audience and he doesn't use one?
No. Well, I had front row for Fleetwood Mac probably like 10 years ago when Lindsay. It was like the last tour Lindsay was on before like the breakup.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And when the concert was over, there was only 2 guitar picks on his mic stand, and one of the roadies gave me one of them, and on the guitar pick, there's a picture of a guitar pick with a circle and a line going through it.
I remember he said that.
So he's like anti-pick, you know what I mean? So he must use it maybe on like one song or something, but I didn't see him use it all night like any pick. So
he's like Mark.
Have you ever done a memorabilia show, man, Al?
What's that?
Have you ever done a show with like all your memorabilia?
I've done a show or 2 like showing some things off, but I really need to do like a deep dive into like some of my stuff. I mean, I never really did a full blown like show, and I should.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. I did a show like on my channel, autographed items by deceased artists, like my top, like I showed a bunch of autographed stuff by people that passed away.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Obviously when somebody passes away, the worth of their autograph goes up. Yeah. So I kind of did show, I had Dio in there. I had Dio, Ronnie James Dio, and some other stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head, but so.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So what's your number 3, Charles?
Skipped Andy,
No, did I? No, Andy, what's your number 3?
He did. He did. Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
He did Stop Dragging My Heart Around. I'm not that drunk. What's your number 3, Charles?
I'm glad I ain't doing this.
I'm thinking about it because he already had this one, but it's the most famous phone number in the world. 675-309. I mean, you don't have 1981.
Oh, I thought it was my mother's.
Okay. Have you guys ever heard that whole album? Is it good?
No, I have not. I've only known that song, but
that's the only song I know too.
I kind of want to hear the whole album to see if it was good.
Jenny, but yeah, I mean that's K-Tel all over it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, seriously, yeah.
Jenny,
I mean that's everywhere. 80s, one hit wonder, everywhere that song would be on. Yeah, That'd be a good idea for a show. One hit wonder. Well, everybody's done that show. It's the same
Oh
song.
no, we could do one hit wonders because I got a lot ones that I don't like that I can put on there, especially Dexy's Midnight Runners. But
I like that song, right?
yeah, of
Kick
course you
the
do.
ass. Yeah, it's a
Whatever.
great song.
Tula-rula-roo to you. All right, Jerry, what's your number 3?
I don't really care for this guy too much, but I really love this song. It's sung by Alex Liggerwood, I think his name is. I don't know. I'm probably pronouncing his name right, but it's Santana's Winning.
Oh, I do like this song.
Freaking love that tune, man.
Is that who's singing?
Yeah, and he's I mean, I just love that song, man. It's like it's different, I think, from what Santana did. I mean, it's got you can tell it was little when he plays the solos and stuff, it sounds like Santana. But that was a good rocking tune, man. And Alex has a great voice. I don't know what else he's been on, but all I know is I remember him, the name of him. But yeah, that song is kick ass in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, my number 3 is one of my favorite bands of all time, which I don't know that Charles likes it. I don't think you like it, Jerry. I don't know about these other two. U2, Gloria. That would have been on a KTL album because that was her big hit back then. I like it, and it's not the Van Morrison Gloria; it's their own Gloria. So it's.
Dude, I like U2 a lot, but I've never heard of that song.
You never heard Gloria?
No.
That's on the October.
Unforgettable
album.
Fire.
October.
No, that's on their October album.
October.
Oh, okay. I started listening to him on Unforgettable Fires when I started listening to him.
Yeah,
I stopped listening to him after Joshua Tree.
yeah, I've loved them since Boy. Even though that's a pretty, you look at their whole discography, that's their weakest album now. But actually, it's Zooropa. But yeah.
What was the one they did after Joshua Tree? It was like half live and half studio tracks. I like that one.
That
That was Rattle and Hum.
Rattle and Hum, the
yeah.
movie too. They look so weak in that movie. They look like stick figures in that movie. They were horrible in the interviews in that movie.
There's this one right here, Rattle and Hum. I used to have a t-shirt too.
I have that on CD and vinyl. I love that album.
I love you too.
When love comes to town, you got
BB King.
freaking Angel of Harlem, the live version of Silver and Gold. Great fucking album. But I love Gloria. The great fucking song. I'm gonna send that to you now, Jerry, because I know you
Please do.
And then we
I know, like, Sunday Bloody Sunday from that
that's
era.
from War. Two Hearts Beat as One.
Those songs. Yeah, Two Hearts
New
Beat as
Year's
One.
Day, great album.
New Year's Day, yeah, I know those.
War is a great album. And then we get to number 4. Al, what's your number 4 on side 2?
Going Hall and Oates. I can't go for that. No can do.
No can do.
Yeah.
No can do.
Dude, that what in the beginning, with the synth part and just the bass line. I vividly remember hearing that as a kid on the radio, and dude, their voice, Daryl Hall, dude, his voice just and the backing harmonies on that. It was just phenomenal song. I love that, and the video is pretty funny with just the three of them, kind of in. I don't know, dude. It's just so low budget.
Dude, they had G.E. Smith on guitar back then. That was
awesome.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
He was also
he died. He died recently too, didn't he?
Not G.E. Smith. It was the other other.
Oh, the other guy that
player.
died. Okay, I know one of them. Oh, okay, I know somebody from them just died.
I forgot his name. He's the bass player. He died.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Hall and Oates, man.
Yeah, Gene Smith was on SNL for years.
Yeah, he was. He was on SNL.
He would always overreact.
He played with Eddie Van Halen on there a couple times when Eddie came on, just played with the band. Fucking killer. But G.E. Smith's a fucking underrated guitar player. Nobody talks about. Fucking great guy. So number 4. Well, you're number 3.
3.
Andy.
Y'all were talking about this and no one was gonna pick it, but she took a midnight train going anywhere. Don't stop my journey. It's a great story song. And I know that it's I don't care if it was a big hit. It's fucking awesome. I love it. Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
It is a great song. I knew one of you guys would pick it, so I didn't want to pick it. I thought one of you guys would pick Open Arms too. That's a great KTL song, but I don't know yet. We haven't got there yet. But so what's your number 4, Charles?
One of another one of my favorite bands. Slightly underrated band, I think, in the history of rock and roll.
Hmm.
Not one of my favorite songs, actually, in the big term, but when I was a kid, I loved it. The Cars, Shake It Up.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
Kate
forgot
Tell.
about that fucking album too.
Yeah.
Fuck. Since
That
You've
was
Been
on my
Gone
list.
would have been on my
Yeah.
freaking.
That was on my list. I had to get rid of it though.
Since You've Been Gone would have been on.
Yeah,
my
that
thing.
one's probably lasting more for me, like liking it now, but Shake It Up when I was a little kid. I mean, well,
Yeah.
That was a great
Yeah,
video.
that
Very
song
good.
has in the Cars catalog. That song hasn't aged well with me, but yeah, I remember being younger. That was always like the big hit and stuff, and
yeah,
you know. But now it's like I think it's a bit silly, you know.
yeah. But their first two albums, you can't touch them.
You can't touch them, man.
Whoa,
you know.
awesome.
Since You're
But
Gone is a great song off that album.
Since
too.
You're Gone is a
Yeah.
great song.
That one aged better, but still,
Yes.
Shake It Up was the massive hit.
If you're
Yeah.
gonna put something on a K-Tel album, no, it's gotta be Shake It Up. Really.
Yeah. Agree.
I finally just bought their debut album on vinyl Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So
I mean,
good.
I really had a great day Saturday. I picked up some really good.
That
stuff.
is just like a greatest hits album, the first album.
Yeah, yeah,
It
it really
is.
is.
Candy O's almost like that too. It's
Yeah.
like
And really, I just went to go pick up Animals, and they didn't have it on vinyl, so I bought it on CD. I was like, hey, well, you know what? I saved myself some money by getting it on CD, so let me go see what else I found. So, found some pretty good stuff. It was a good time.
nice. And then what's your number 4, Jerry?
You gotta have some Randy on here, man. Over the Mountain, Ozzy, I'm tired of man.
Yes.
You know, I talked about that album when we did our Ozzy show. I think I picked like every song off that album as far as their best. Frickin' just a brilliant guitar player gone too soon.
Yeah.
Ozzy on top of his
love
game on
Randy.
that one.
That
Fucking just
sucks. I
amazing
forgot
record.
about that album too.
My favorite Ozzy solo
Yeah.
album.
Mine too. But yeah, man, just you got to have. I don't think you'd see that on a K-Tel album per se, but I don't give a shit. It should be.
Well, K-Tel went like metal, pop, and everything on one
And
album.
rock
so-
album and stuff like
They
that. So
did
yeah, it might
everything.
be on someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's good to hear at least.
But then I get to my number 4 from Hard Promises. I think one of you guys picked a song off there. I picked Night Watchman by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, dude.
That's a deep track. And
A
it was a
great song,
single.
but not a
It was
K-Tel
a
song.
single though. I love that song. I love the live version better. The live versions you've done of this. Like an amazing song. That's my number 4 inside 2. And then we get to your number 5, Al, inside 2. What was that?
We're getting a little heavier now. We're going Judas Priest heading out to the highway.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot about that too. Fuck.
I would think that song would probably be on a K-Tel album. So
It
that was a
would.
pretty
Totally.
big hit for Judas Priest. So yeah, cheesy video and all.
yeah. All their
Triumph,
videos are
the
pretty
Cars,
You can see
Freaking
the
Weight
fucking
Loss
Priest,
left
and
and right.
Ozzy.
cheesy.
Yeah.
There's too many good songs in 81. Too many good albums, man.
There is. Yeah,
Yep.
there is.
Fuck. But Triumph is pissing me off right now. And the Cars, exactly. That's my shit right there. So
Yeah.
what's your number 4 on side 2, Andy?
Well, I am going to keep on with Al's hard and heavy Judas Priest, and I'm going to go with James Ingram and Quincy Jones with a song, Just Once. Can we finally figure out what we keep doing wrong? Why we can't keep the magic too long? I love
We just lost
Quiet
James
Storm on
We just
there,
lost
huh?
James
Yeah.
Ingram like a year ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that song, Just Once, it was credited to Quincy Jones off the album The Dude, but of course we all know that Quincy Jones produced so many different singers, and
Yeah.
this song was just so great. Just Once with James Ingram, and of course you get that song with Linda Ronstadt, Somewhere Out There, off of the soundtrack for American Tail.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff, and it's that voice, man. But yeah, Just Once by James Ingram.
I think James Ingram used to sing like the national anthem at Lakers games.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. One of the Charles, so what's your number 5?
This is definitely a one-hit wonder, and if any of you have deep dove on this artist, I'd be surprised. I've never heard anything else by this lady. Betty Davis Eyes.
Her voice
Carnes?
was amazing. Amazing
Yeah.
voice, man.
I've never
Love her
heard any
voice.
other song from her though.
Nope.
This is Betty Davis Eyes.
Yeah, I
That
think
was
she pretty much
Disappeared.
went country after that. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah, she
pretty
went
much.
country after that, Betty Davis Eyes. And she did that duet with Kenny Rogers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was a huge 81 hit.
it was.
It was.
Yes.
it really
Yeah.
was.
I almost picked it, but I didn't.
Dude, just a sexy voice, man.
That smoky.
Yeah, that raspy, sexy voice, man. Just
Yeah.
boner inducing. Excuse me, ladies. I don't mean to-
We're not misogynistic.
No,
on
at all.
here.
But
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
drunk.
ladies
I'm
out
drunk.
there.
You know, Mark wants me to get drunk, so I'm fucking drunk. So
Well, I've
Andy's
already
doing
had
quiet
3
whiskeys,
whiskeys.
storm. I'm doing Kim Carnes, just boner inducing on this episode.
I don't work tomorrow. I'm seeing Alice
You
Cooper
wrecked
for the
us,
first time, so I'm good.
oh really? This is your first time seeing Cooper?
Oh yeah. I'm hoping Nita comes up.
yeah,
comes
she
the
popped
other
up on the stage. I heard
day. I know, man.
for a couple shows.
Freaking,
That's cool. But it's cool. It's cool that you're gonna get to see Kane Roberts, though. I want to see them. I want to see Alice Cooper with him.
Kane's been lacking in the gym. You have to get back in the gym. He's getting fat.
and those
You
arms.
seen that
are
guy,
fucking-
man?
He's
See that
fucking
guy's
built.
arms,
So.
man? Jesus, he could be a wrestler, man. Jesus,
Or a
Guy's
Man of
great.
War.
yeah,
Man of war.
man of war. Yeah.
Man of whore.
Blow your speakers.
They need a guitarist.
Oh god. So what's your number 5, Jerry?
My number 5 is, oh man, dude, I remember sneaking downstairs trying to watch this movie on HBO at midnight from the heavy metal soundtrack, the movie. Fucking what a great experience that was as a kid seeing that one. It's tame, you know, nowadays, but it was a great movie back then. But the song Heavy Metal, Taking a Ride by Don Felder.
Oh, great song, dude.
Yeah, I mean, love that soundtrack. I think Henley and Timothy B. Schmidt, I think, sang background on that one. But
That was on my
yeah,
list.
I
I'm
love
gonna
that
pick
fucking
Heavy
movie.
Metal by Sammy and
of
freaking Cheap
course,
Trick,
yeah.
and then BOC.
Yeah.
BOC had a great
That's
song
a
on there.
really
Great
good
soundtrack, man.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
good
it
song.
It is. But yeah, I love that movie, dude. I think
We
the
should
first
do a
really
movie
cool,
soundtrack album.
cool
That's coming up on
animation.
Black Spinners somewhere. I mean, I don't know when, but I think next month.
Well, if you do that, I'll hold off on this. I'll do it on yours. But
Alright.
my number 5, so I can Motley Crue Livewire. Getting a little hard and heavy here. Because that song just fucking rips. It's the best song on the album. I do love Come On and Dance and the other songs on there. I know, Charles, you hate that song. I like it.
Live wire though. Nothing else like
Nothing
Yeah,
beats
Livewire is
Livewire, man.
it. Live wire. Fuck.
That's my
a
number
fucking-
5.
That's a killer song, man.
I'm
Yeah.
just wondering.
Yes.
I'm just wondering if any of you guys picked "Endless Love," but just waiting for that. But then we get to your number 6. And Al,
Me.
what's your number 6?
Well, I'm sure all of you guys, when you're getting out of work at 5:00, you heard this as like the 5:00 whistle
We're
song.
working for the
Friday
weekend.
nights.
It's a staple. Yes, working for the weekend.
Yeah.
By Love.
I forgot Loverboy.
Yeah,
This is
I
my
thought
shit.
about it. Yeah. Thought about that.
That's the 5:00 staple. You know, get out
Yeah.
of work and
Yeah.
go home on a Friday. You know what I mean? So
K-Tel. Very K-Tel.
That would have
that's
been
very
totally-
K-Tel.
I can't believe I missed Loverboy. Fuck. There's so many
That's
great songs in 81. It's like, I bet if we did a songs of 2000, we couldn't find much. But 81,
couldn't,
82, 83, 80, up to
Yeah.
89, you just find great shit.
Yeah.
Them Nickelback years, you're not gonna find much from me.
I like the 2 new Nickelback songs though. I'm like, what?
This song isn't that bad. I'll give it to him. I wouldn't. That's not that bad.
Yeah,
Is the
one
San
good
Quentin
song.
song?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
That's pretty rocking, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
pretty-
got to be a great song when you're already going into it, already not liking it. And
I
so,
know.
you know, you're already going into it not liking it. So
Andy, you
Yeah, I
said
haven't
it was
heard it, so
good,
I
so
couldn't tell
I
you.
took a few days and I finally listened to it. I go, wait, this is fucking good. Like
Yeah.
Andy's
I
right.
haven't heard it. I haven't heard it, so I don't know.
It's really good, dude. San
Don't
Quentin.
send it to me either, Mark, because he sent me that fucking Sammy song and I liked it.
That's two of them, right? I sent you two Sammy songs, right?
Nah, the first one I liked. The second one I didn't care for.
Oh, you didn't hear
First one
Slow
I liked.
Drain? I love the Slow Drain song.
But yeah,
what
don't
I
send me
got,
it either.
Sammy in the Circle, man. This album rules. And
Cold.
also the new Dead Daisies, 37 minutes
you
of
put
pure
that out
genius.
there. I'm gonna check that
That's
out.
good shit. That's good shit there, man.
Dead
Blood
Daisies
Needs
rules. It's only
man.
37 minutes, man. This Sammy album's only like 30 some minutes too.
Huh.
It's like everybody's going back to the old days, making
30
an
minutes
album that
too
fit
long.
on vinyl.
Yeah, I knew Charles was gonna. That's 37 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Well, the 37 minutes was the Dead Daisies. This
Whatever,
is like 30
whatever.
some minutes.
Whatever that
30.
is. Yeah, any minute of Hagar's.
God, I hate to admit, but I can't. You know, you gotta like what you like. I did not. I actually liked that first song that you sent me, Mark. So pains me. Thought I drinking a White Claw afterwards, but
Well, you already drank one, so
of course I
you
did.
enjoyed
yeah.
it too. You're like,
some endless love and
Dude, this boring ass game, 9-9's going into overtime. Are you kidding?
9-9. Can you believe that? Golly.
what's up with Russell Wilson? Man? Shit, you can't play anymore.
9-9.
Okay, where are we at?
I have a Denver fan at work, and she says Jerry Judy is trash. So, all right, where are we at? I got
I
lost.
have no fucking. You said Livewire, I think, didn't you?
Livewire is my number 5. So number 6, Al.
I did
Yeah,
working for the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
working for the
number 6.
weekend.
So you're number 6.
My
Andy.
pick. All right, where are we? Oh yeah, I was about to
Number
say
5, Andy. I mean, you're
Yes.
one behind us.
Alabama. Love in the First Degree.
I like some
Love
Alabama,
in
man.
first degree.
Hey man, that would be perfect cake toe.
It
That
would.
was all over the place. I remember being a kid and watching all these music shows and award shows, and freaking Alabama, I swear, was on every show from 1980 to 1984.
They were big, man.
Yeah, I mean
They
that's
won
why I
the
grew a beard
award.
was because of
Like,
Alabama.
I liked Alabama back then. They were on like pop radio stations.
Yeah,
They were all
exactly,
over the
yeah.
place. That
And
would be a
I
perfect
Love in the
K-Tel
First
song.
Degree was one of their biggest hits.
So what's your number 6, Charles?
well, I had to throw these ladies on there. One of my favorite underrated bands. I'd
I know who
say.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you do. The Go-Go's. Our Lips Are Sealed.
I almost
They
picked that.
Fuck, man, I
Massive.
forgot the Go-Go's.
Belinda
Shit.
Carlisle's playing a casino up here coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Well, why you gotta tell me that?
Because she's
Actually, didn't
hot.
they tour with all the original 5?
Yeah, they did. They're still together.
Are they?
Dude.
All the
Did
originals.
you
right?
see that documentary? God
Yeah,
Bless
I
the-
saw something like. No, I
Really
saw. I think I saw pieces of it, but I didn't watch.
You
the
need
whole
to
thing.
see the whole documentary. It's
Yeah,
really
that's
good.
great.
Dude,
That's
how do you
really-
find time for all this shit, dude? How do you watch all this shit, do all these shows and work, man? How do you do it? Tell me.
Because I have time management on my side, dude.
Okay. 'Cause I need it.
I swear, he goes to bed like I don't know at what time, and then I like send a message out like at 6 in the morning, and he's already on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
He's
I
like-
gotta
it's like-
get up. I gotta get up at 5 to go to work. I start.
Yeah, it's
at
like 3 in the
7:30
morning. He's 3 in the morning. He's texting me here. Ding, ding. My wife's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, dude, don't
I
you
get
sleep?
6 to 7 hours sleep. I'm good. All right, man. So you're number 6, Jerry.
My number 6 for the great Paul Diano,
I knew you were gonna say this one.
Wrathchild, man, off Killers, dude. Best album cover.
Okay, Dill.
I didn't get that, but
Yeah, Iron K-Tel, man. Since we're going really off scripture as far as K-Tel, man, I have to put that one on there, dude. That fucking album. It's my second favorite Maiden album, dude. It rules.
you know what?
I will say about K-Tel though, I think once in a while there would be like an oddity like on their
It would.
albums. You'd be like, wow, that's kind of like an offbeat track on there. So
Yeah.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go on the Maiden, but but that song would not be on the K-Tel album.
No, but even with the Judas Priest one either, man. Come on.
No, Heading Out to the Highway.
Head and
I can see
Highway
that.
would be on the K-Tel album. Yes.
Ah,
Poppy.
Mean Street wouldn't have been. That wouldn't have been. Unchained would have been.
Yeah.
It was-
I didn't
Yeah.
pick Mean Street. I picked Unchained. But my number 6, I almost picked Wrathchild, but somebody had to say Billy Squire earlier, so I had to change that really quick. But I picked My Kind of Lover. That'd be a
Another
total
great
K-Tel
one.
song. I almost
Another
picked Rothschild too, Jerry. So we almost tied on number 6. That was my original, but I crossed it out and put Billy Squire, My Kind of Lover. Because I'm a Billy Squire net swinger. I gotta put Billy Squire.
Rules.
Billy
He's
Squire
great.
rules. Yeah, you reminded me of that. So we go to your number 7, Al.
Going with 38 Special, Hold On Loosely.
Oh,
Great tune.
another song.
Love that song, man. Love 38 Special. They were pretty big hit makers in the early 80s, So they had quite a few radio staples. So, but that one, man, you always hear on classic rock radio. That's definitely a K-Tel song. So
what did you think about Rock and Roll Strategy?
what about it?
What did you think about it?
I don't know what you're talking about. To me.
That album that 38 Special made with Second Chance and
No, I don't know.
you don't
I
know
never
A
heard.
Heart Needs a Second. It wasn't even the original singer, it was some other guy.
Oh yeah, Heart Needs a Second Chance.
When I saw 38 Special open up for Styx and Artist Speedwagon, they did a medley and put that in there real quick and then stopped it. Like, yes, thank you. But I do like the song Rock and Roll Strategy. That's a cool song, but it's not the singer. I think who's the original singer? Don or
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's the brother of
Donnie.
Yeah, he wasn't on that album. It was total pop crap.
Yeah, I love that song though. I think I got that on 45.
A Heart Needs a Second Chance.
Yeah, a heart, it needs a second.
There's only one good song on there, and it's called Rock and Roll Strategy, the title song.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of the album sucks. I just want to add, because I love 38 Special with the original singer. And he came back, and they rule. And they're playing a casino down in San Diego. So I'd like to see them again. They were good. But what's your number 6, Andy?
I just want to break through. I got these 4 K-Tel albums here.
Oh, wow.
First one is called White Hot Metal Masters.
Oh, shit.
This has Rock You Like a Hurricane, Run, Run Away by Slade, Distant Early Warning by Rush, which is odd. Tell Me What You Want by Zebra, Lay It on the Line by Triumph, Holy Diver by Dio, and flip it over, Don't Stop Running by Y&T, You've Got Another Thing Coming by Judas Priest, Stayed Awake All Night by Crocus, Heaven and Hell by Sabbath.
Those are all great songs.
Rothschild would have fit in that one, man. Come on.
Come On, Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
And they do have, I also have this one, Masters of Metal, which is also on K-Tel. And Iron Maiden is on here.
There we go.
I have that's one of the cassettes that I got in that lot. Is that Masters of Metal right there?
Nice.
It's a K-Tel. And this one has Tom Sawyer, which we all talked about. Run to the Hills, Street of Dreams by Rainbow. You Can't Stop Rock and Roll by Twisted Sister, Dancing in the Street by Van Halen. How dare they? That song is.
Ooh, yeah.
This has Trashed by Black Sabbath with Ian Gillan.
Oh, wow.
Trash. That's badass. And A Rainbow in the Dark, Lick It Up by Kiss, Mean Streak by Y&T, and Breaking the
song
by Dawkins. Pretty interesting.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, I'm not going to go through them all, but I've also got this Radioactive.
I got that one. I got that one.
It's weird because it's got Super Freak by Rick James.
I like Super Freak. It's a great song.
And no Reply at All by Genesis. Working the Coal Mine by Devo.
A great Devo song.
Our Lips Are Sealed by the Go-Go's.
Nice.
Everything She Does Is Magic by the Police.
Hey.
Take on the Run by REO Speedwagon.
Great song.
And everything. And I've done Everything for You by Rick Springfield, and Private Eyes by Hall & Oates.
Nice.
Yeah, so I like these K-Tels, so I was excited to do this. So it's my turn, right?
Yep. You're number 6, right?
Yeah.
Number
Yeah,
5.
my number 6.
Yep.
On side 2, Arthur's Theme by Christopher Cross.
A great song, dude. Great song.
Remember on Seinfeld when Newman said, "I booked Christopher Cross
Yeah.
for his 2000 for the millennium." So yeah, that's my wife's favorite movie. She loves Arthur. I don't know why.
Oh, it's a
love
great
Arthur.
movie, man.
Oh, it's great, but I wouldn't put it as my favorite. And so, and I love that song.
Come on, that movie with Best Defense with
With Dudley Moore and Eddie Murphy.
they didn't even play in one scene together. That was funny. But Charles, what's your number 7?
Oh, this was definitely a 1981 radio staple. Had the 45, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I love rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pick it.
Baby. Got to be on there.
Yeah, and then Jerry, what's your number 7?
Fucking great Pete Willis track off High and Dry, Let It Go.
Nice.
Love that song. Let it rock. I mean, that's a fucking great thing, dude.
Yeah.
That and Pyromania, man, are Def Leppard in my opinion, dude. Anything
Yeah,
else
yeah.
is just cheap imitation in my opinion. Hysteria had a couple good songs off it, and they had good songs on albums after that, but man, as far as complete albums, nothing touched those two, man. Sorry, Mark. I know you don't like that, but
I don't care if you guys don't like Nine-Armed Def Leppard, like Charles calls them. You know, it's fine with me. More
Gods
for
of
me.
War. Now Gods of War off Hysteria freaking rules, dude.
There's a lot of great.
Great
I like the whole album, even Love and
No,
Affection.
Yeah.
You should check out the Freeform Rock podcast. We're really wasted on that.
See how much I love it on there. Yeah. It's
Got
great.
90 downloads, man. Let's get it to 100.
Yeah.
I still gotta hear that one.
Dude,
You
I
haven't
think
heard that episode yet?
Have we not passed our 15, man?
No.
No, we're almost there. But my number 7 is one of Jerry's favorite bands from Speak and Spell, Depeche Mode, New Life. That would be on a Total K-Tel album. So my New Life by Depeche Mode. And then we're ending side 2. Al, what's your track number 8 on side 2?
Going with April Wine, Sign of the Gypsy Queen.
Oh, there you go,
That's a
man.
great song.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to end off the album. And great song, great band. And
Tony Levin, right? He's in that band, right?
Who?
No. Tony Levin's not in April Wine.
No,
No.
he isn't.
What band was he in?
King Crimson.
Yeah.
King Crimson. That's what I'm thinking. That's fuck. Excuse me, I'm an idiot. Never
He
mind.
was in Bogart, Levine, and something too.
Yeah, I mean, he did all the bass work.
Peter-
for Moment to
Peter
Get Out.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
He's in
He's in Peter
band.
Gabriel. Yeah.
Yeah, but April Wine, man, love them, man. They have a lot of great stuff. I never really got a lot of their albums until like recently, like
Yeah, I need
last
to
couple of years.
I need to reacquaint myself with them. So
Yeah,
we'll do.
that's on. What album was that on?
I just had the greatest hit, so I don't know.
I can't remember the album that's on, man. But Sign Gypsy Queen's a great. I mean, I always heard that on the radio too. That's probably their biggest hit in America, I think.
Hey, Al, what was the song before this for you?
Was that
What was your song before the Sign of the Gypsy Queen?
38 Special? Hold On Loosely.
Hold On Loosely. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't write that one down.
Oh man, I keep dropping
Right.
my pen. Go ahead, Andy.
Okay,
right.
so Andy, what's your number 7?
Nah, I can't stay away from these ballads. But
Endless Love?
no. But this has just as
There's
much.
only.
I love Lionel Richie, but I don't like that song. All right, go ahead.
No, I don't like. But No Diamond. Off the Jazz Singer, which was the first talkie as well in 1929. But Hello Again. Love that
Oh,
song.
that's a great
Beautiful
song.
song. Beautiful
Yeah.
song, dude.
Great song.
It's written perfect. And what I like about Neil Diamond, I know that it's kind of schmaltzy, but he writes it and he performs it and everything is.
Ain't nothing schmaltzy about Neil. Neil's cool as fuck, man.
Neil rules.
But yeah, I put in Hello Again by Neil Diamond.
I'm sure we've all seen Saving Silverman, right?
Yep, Saving Silverman
you
rules.
go.
I own that on DVD. You want to
Kidnap
be
him at
gay?
the
You
end.
want to be gay with me, Jerry?
Hey,
Keep
Hey,
sending me big cock, and I don't know. Maybe I will.
Hey, Alan, do you remember if he sang that song when you took your folks to go see him? Hello again.
I gave my folks the tickets. I didn't actually see him with them.
Oh,
So,
okay. I thought you went with him.
No, I gave them tickets as like a gift, and
Okay.
I'm sure he probably did that song.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm probably the only person that liked that movie too. So,
Jazz Singer?
yeah, I like that movie.
That is a good movie.
That was the best part of the movie, actually, with Hello Again. So, it's a
Does
good
Come
pick
to
there.
America in that movie too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
And Love on the Rock.
The Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big surprise.
Yeah. So what's your
And
number?
Poison made a cover of it.
So what's your number 8, Jerry? Not Jerry, Charles.
Going to end with probably not so much of a K-Tel number, but just a great, absolute classic rock song from. Could be the greatest rock and roll band or second. They're usually fighting it out with my opener, the greatest rock and roll band ever. For those about to rock, we salute you.
Nice.
AC/DC.
Actually, I was going to
Great
pick that song, but the album came out in '81, but the single came out in '82. That's why I didn't pick it.
Cool.
But-
I'll put it on here anyway.
Put it on there
Come on
anyway.
my
Fuck
EP.
it.
That's a badass album.
So
Yeah,
when
it
we
is.
do the EP, we're just
It's
gonna
just a
name
run-up.
them all off for time constraints. So
Yeah.
we'll just do the 5 songs real quick. But what's your number 8, Jerry?
My number 8, this is supposed to be up a little earlier, and I completely passed it up, and you guys are going to kill me for passing this one up because it's your favorite band, Mark, Tom Sawyer, Rush.
Nice.
I can't believe I passed that up on the list. I mean, Jesus, what the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
my number 8 is from High and Dry. And I picked Saturday Night High and Dry.
Oh, sorry.
I fucking love that track. So that's my conclude. That's all 3 of us conclusion of our side 2. What's your number 8 on side 2, Andy?
Thank you. Rapture by Blondie.
Oh, I missed that one. Fuck, I love that song.
Wow.
Well, the pioneers of rap, Debbie Harry.
It's a great song. Now you
Oh,
can't
the
deny
Coke
it.
finally won.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go to the bonus EP. What's your 5 songs on your bonus EP, Al?
I guess you can almost kind of call this like a new wave like EP. So first one's gonna be Depeche Mode, Can't Get Enough.
Nice.
Second one's gonna be Prince, Controversy.
Oh,
I love that early Prince stuff. Gonna go Red Rider, Lunatic Fringe.
Oh, yeah, great
I
song.
was just talking about that song today too.
Yeah. Duran Duran, Planet Earth,
Nice.
and Ramones, We Want the Airwaves. I've always loved that
Nice.
song. So that's my EP.
Broncos lost. Okay.
Yeah.
4-9.
All right. So then we get to your 5-song EP, Andy. What's yours?
Yeah, man, I really stayed pop throughout this whole thing. Like, for real. Pat Benatar, hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Lil Sayer, More Than I Can Say.
I love you more than I can say.
Yeah. Hey 19 by Steely Dan.
Oh,
that's a
there you
great
go.
one.
That's a good one.
Can't Stand It by Eric Clapton.
I like that one.
And I didn't know this, but this girl, this woman, also did a song. I always thought that Bette Miller was the first one to do "The Wind Beneath My Wings," but I figured out
It was Sammy Hagar, right?
Sheila Easton also did a cover, but I picked Sheila Easton for a James Bond movie, For Your Eyes Only.
Oh, that's a great song.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Sheena Easton was hot, man.
Oh gosh, she was beautiful.
Man,
She's still hot.
I haven't seen her in a while. I have not seen her in a while.
Oh,
So
there's
I-
pictures of her.
Yeah, she was a hottie.
Her and
So
Linda
more
Carter,
about-
man.
Wait a minute, I got one more. I forgot.
Okay.
If I can add Watching the Wheels by John Lennon
Oh, that's a
Good
great
song.
song.
off of Double Fantasy.
Great song.
Yeah.
I
he was
forget
in a
about that album because side 2 gives me a headache.
He was on a comeback though with that album, though,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
That album had it all.
Yeah.
That album had it all.
So Charles, what's your 5-song EP?
first track, Rick James, Super Freak. Love it.
Stole it from MC Hammer.
Is it true? Soft Cell, Painted Love.
Yeah.
The great. I'm so burned out of that song now.
I can't be.
I am.
Young Turks, Rod Stewart.
Good song. Yes.
Young Turks, yes.
And I had to throw this in for Mark because he loves these dudes a lot. The one that you love, Air Supply. So K-Hill.
Great song, dude.
Great wedding.
Great song.
Air Supply's a K-Tel staple.
It is.
Totally. And my last track, Stray Cat Strut. The Stray
Oh,
Cat.
that's a good one. I forgot about
Yeah.
them too. I love Brian
That came out.
Setzer, man.
That came out in 81.
Yeah.
Oh,
It did, yeah.
yeah.
So
I love the
many
Stray Cats, man.
Yeah, Stray Cats were awesome.
I like the Brian Setzer Orchestra, man.
Oh,
I
I
like
love
that
that
jump
too.
jive and whale shit. I thought it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And then Jerry, what's your 5-song EP?
I'm gonna start with one of my favorite bands, the Little River Band, a song called Night Owls. I got Mother Father by Journey. Thank you for stealing that one, Mark.
You're welcome.
Spirits in the Material World by the Police.
I did that one too.
Live Wire by Motley Crue. And since Charles edited it, I'm putting it on there now too. For those about to rock, fire! We salute you.
I think all the songs you guys picked on my 5-song EP except one. Stand to Deliver, Adamant. None of you guys picked Adamant.
Wow.
Then I picked Stevie Nicks, Tom Petty, Stop Dragging My Heart Around. For those about to rock, AC/DC, Sticks, Too Much Time on My Hands, and Hall Notes, Private Eyes. So we all
Nice.
kind of agreed on that. But at least I had Adamant. None of you guys picked Adamant.
Nah,
You're such a
I
goody.
didn't
You're
have-
such a goody two shoes.
I
You're such a good two. I hated that song even when I was.
Really?
I like that song.
My favorite
Goody
song
two,
by
goody
him is
two,
Apollo
goody,
9.
two, goody two, goody two.
Have
Don't
you guys
drink,
ever
don't
heard
smoke.
Apollo 9?
No.
Yeah.
I just know it's 2 hits. I know Strip and that
Oh,
one,
dude,
Goody Two Shoes.
Apollo 9 is a fucking great song.
He
We
lives
will
close
be
to me, actually.
fine. Apollo 9, Apollo 9. I love that.
Really?
actually
He
lives
lives
cl-
here in the U.S.?
Yeah, close to Nashville. Yeah, somewhere now. Yeah, he does.
I
actually.
love Adam and Adam Ant, and then he originally was Adam and the Ants.
Yeah.
Then he just went
Adam
to
and
Adam
the
Ant.
Yeah.
But I
Hey,
love
Mark.
that guy.
Hey,
Dude,
Mark,
that girl in the Goody Two Shoes commercial,
Oh,
man, was
shit.
hot, dude.
How about Puss in Boots? He had that killer chick in Puss in Boots too.
Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Uh,
No, I was gonna say, like, I had a long list, but I scratched anytime you guys like mention the song, I scratched it off, but I got a few left. Can I just run through them real quick?
go for it.
Sure.
Okay, so in 1981, I don't know if some of these would probably be on a K-Tel album. That's why I kept them on my long list. But Rainbow, I Surrender. Journey, The Party's Over. Hopelessly
Oh.
in Love.
From
The
the
Who.
live album.
The Who, You Better You Bet.
Oh, it's a good
Yeah.
one too.
ZZ Top, Pearl Necklace.
Oh yeah,
Pat Benatar, Promises in the Dark.
yeah.
Pretenders, Message of Love.
Oh nice.
Yeah.
King Crimson, Elephant Talk. Saxon, Denim and Leather.
Oh,
Billy Idol, Dancing with Myself.
oh, I would have picked that
that's
one
good.
totally.
Men at Work, Who Can It Be
I
Now?
would have picked that one too.
And Ozzy, Flying High Again. Those are the ones that are left that nobody picks. So
Fucking great songs. But that was our Kate Tell fucking ultimate, actually 20-song album. We
Yeah.
had an EP, my song EP.
Yeah.
But before we go, we want you guys to share this episode and subscribe to the Mark and Jerry BS sessions. We have 169 subscribers, man. I do like the last number 69, but can we get to 170?
Yeah.
Cool. We haven't moved up in 2 weeks. I want to get that higher. But before we go, Al, you need to pimp your shit.
just I got a Facebook page, Be Cool to Be Podcast Out. Lately, since I got that lot of cassettes, I've been doing a cassette a day with a weekly theme. This week's theme is guitar players from established bands that went on to release solo albums or albums, whatever. That's this week's theme. And that's really it. I got my YouTube page. I got live concert footage on there, and I'm gonna start now that I'm in my parents' house, moved, I can kind of, start doing a couple of shows again. I'm a little more, the move was like killing me, so I couldn't do anything. But now I'll start doing some shows again. So check out my YouTube page, Be Cool with Me Podcast out.
Yeah,
thank you for having me on the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
cool
you for
stuff on
coming,
that
man.
page.
I've been
Cool
trying to
stuff on
get
this
you
page.
on any free form this show for like months.
I know,
Something always came up, man. You were supposed to be on some rush shows and
glad
here,
to
but
finally
it's
be
cool,
on,
man. You rule.
Thank you, sir.
Like I asked today, if I say rule enough, does it kind of take away from the meaning? I don't know, but I like to use rule. Andy, you know what to do. You need to pimp your shit too.
On Wednesday on the Black Spinner Circle, we are going to be having a vinyl battle, and the two albums that are going to be battling out is going to be Stone Temple Pilots Core versus Smashing Pumpkins Siamese Dreams. I know that Mark and Al are going to be there. Do you want to be on it, Charles, next Wednesday at 8?
Sure, because I definitely like one better than the other, so that should be fun.
All right, cool. And Jerry,
I won't be able to make it. Sorry.
So I've already got the 4 here, so that's great. You've never been a part of that, Charles, but it's pretty cool. We'll go track by track, and then we'll pick which track's the best, and then we'll do a tally at the end.
It's like what Dr. Fuck does on his album battles. So it's
Okay.
the same thing.
So I think that's an interesting one. And then I'll be on vacation the week after. Then after that, we are going to be having again. I'm going to roll the dice on the category dice, and we'll figure out a letter, and then we'll pick the top 10 bands or artists from that letter. Me and Jerry and Al did that for the letter M, and it was an awesome show. So
yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
So I will roll the dice and see what letter comes up, and we'll go from there.
So when do you need to know my album by a date by? I got a couple in mind. I just got to figure out which one.
Yeah, on the guest pick, I got Jerry coming up on November. So just by the week before, just the week of Halloween, because it's going to be on the first November Wednesday.
Gotcha. All right, we'll do.
November.
And then Charles, are you getting back with Oasis yet? What's going on?
No, still doing negotiations.
Still negotiations. And Jerry, you're just here.
I'm just here, man. Floating by.
3 Shots Down podcast.
Back in mothballs for now, but it'll come back. Yeah, I'll try it again.
Dude, I told you I would just do it with you. I don't give a fuck. I have nothing else to do. Right?
Yeah, actually, I need to talk to you later about something when we get off. So.
All right, man. But thank you guys for watching. Check out all these wonderful shows, YouTube channels. Subscribe to all of them. Black Spinner Podcast, Be Cool or Be Cast Out.
Yeah.
Check out Charles. He's the professional guest host on everything. And check him out. And also, if he gets back into Oasis, share his shit.
Yeah.
And and also go to Rockin' Pod. If you guys can't go to Rockin' Pod, I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to be snorting some whiskey, like Chris Sinzak said. Probably going to get me a middle table. I'm going to snort it live. All right, man. Take it easy and God bless, guys.
Are you going to play the Pat Travers song while you do it?
I should. I'm wondering, are they going to supply the whiskey or do I have to bring it?
I'm looking for the 99 pack of PBR, man. So
if I end up going, I'll bring it, man.
Okay, cool. I'll bring the straws. All right. Later, guys.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Take care.